Power.
Well, hello, everyone. Someone just asked for power armor, and he is not going to get it. But welcome to Fallout Cold Front, a Fallout 2D20 RPG we run Saturday evenings at 6 o'clock.
Note the
Eastern
time
Standard
change.
Yes, we used to be at 7, but now we're at 6 because,
Some of us live far away.
yes, it is a die.
Well, no, it's liquid core. It's actually fascinating.
Got it.
Ooh.
But that's a later
Pretty
conversation.
die.
We're all just distracted.
Look.
Cats.
Look at my die.
Some of us
Yeah.
live farther away and need to drive farther, so we're starting
That's right.
earlier.
Yeah. Yep.
So, not to the west. I was about to say to the west. Fallout Cold Front now streams 6 p.m. EST every Saturday, as announced on our Reddit, and now changed on all of our other channels too. Yeah,
Yes. Twitch and YouTube.
coordinated.
Yay.
So, last session, you all were going to Columbus. You arrived and were ready to rescue
Courtland.
Courtlant, right, who is your entire mission. That's the reason you guys are here, is to rescue this guy. So you finally arrived and were ready to break him out. In doing so, you went to German Village in Columbus, or the ruins thereof, into an old Hofbrau house which had been occupied by a gang of raiders called the Doppel Soldiers. They asked for your weapons so that you could negotiate on even terms. Uneven terms. You all obliged. You walked in, and your plan was to bribe him with a very particular beer, a very valuable beer that you claimed that you brewed yourself. This guy knows his beers. He tried it and is just like, this is a 200-year-old beer from before the war. Saw through it. There were a lot of attempts to keep the negotiations going. Ultimately, when you guys actually tried getting information out of the Mr. Gutsy, that was Courtland's bodyguard, which is now the only chip that they have left to bargain with. That Mr. Gutsy gave some information, which was the only chip that they had, and so they're like, well, we don't have anything else to bargain with. Oh wait, we still have guns and you don't. There we go. Let's use that. And I believe the last thing that we ended on was Mike, their leader, saying, and now you won't leave here alive. So you are going to give us everything that you have. Men, and everyone in this room are going to start pointing any weapon that they have. Halberds, shotguns, rifles, at you all.
I thought you wanted the C-24.
Oh, I certainly do, but you've already gotten some information that might be valuable.
And you haven't gotten anything from us yet.
That is true, except for the piss beer.
Yes, and you're not going to get anything besides piss beer if you kill us.
That's true. But there is no guarantee that I have right now, except for the fact that, well, we have you hostage. You're without weapons. I don't really see you all leaving here anytime soon.
Of course
And,
not.
in fact, we could just have you stay here indefinitely to make chems for us.
Of course.
Can we not?
Of course. But you only need me for that. And I don't think I'll be very cooperative if the rest of them are harmed in any way.
I'm willing to test that.
Can I get closer to
Said
the
deaf
Mr.
one
Gutsy?
speak. Oh, sorry. I thought-
No. Can I get closer to the Mr. Gutsy? Or are they going to be...
you are all seated right now, and it is about 10 feet away from you all on a cart. So if to get to it, you'd have to stand up, which would be, bit of a bad
Okay.
sign to all the people with guns.
That's fair. But if I had to estimate, if I needed to, how long would it take me to get over to it and remove its nuclear core?
To get there, 5 seconds maybe. To remove a nuclear core from it.
It is open because they stabbed through its hull, and
Uh-huh.
I know pretty much where the nuclear core would be,
Right.
because I've worked with nuclear cores in very similar robots before.
It would still take at least 10 minutes to do properly, I'd say.
But what about to rip it out and just have it?
I don't think you can rip it out. This is a heavily armored machine. And
But the armor's on the outside, right?
yes.
And they stabbed through the outside to get to the
Yeah,
inside.
yeah, there's a puncture wound. But that's
So-
like, could I take your lungs right now if you had a bullet wound in you?
So it's a small wound?
It's just, I mean, the blade of the halberd is like this big. It's
So it's
sorry,
not
it's not a
deep.
good halberd shape. What's that?
So it's not a deep
No.
thing either. Oh.
And even if it was, the nuclear core is about, imagine a soda can scaled up by 2. So it's a big thing.
Right. I mean, helps people see in the back.
Yeah. Also, go ahead and roll a science check on this. Intelligence, science, focus. Sorry, skill. Get out of here, Dishonored. We don't want you anymore.
Miss to the west.
Rest in
Isn't
peace.
that good?
Who says
One
that?
success.
What's that?
One success.
1? There's a right process of taking things out. And sure, hypothetically, maybe if you had like a power fist or you could probably maybe even knock it out if you had like a super sledge or something like that. But taking and dealing with a nuclear core of a Mr. Gutsy would be incredibly risky and needed to be done in the right circumstance. In fact, they are known to explode
Right.
and like
Well, that's what I was.
atomically
That's the point.
explode.
That was kind of the point. Is that I would be
Oh!
like, I will blow you up.
That would give a lot of radiation to everyone.
So
I know,
So like
but-
the Princess Leia, where she pulls out the like little thing and she's like, "I'm gonna blow everyone up" in Jabba the Hutt's palace.
Oh yeah.
It's like a, I'll do
Right.
it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
A thermal test?
I'm killing more
I'll-
of you than I'm killing me.
I'll
so.
tell you what. I'll give you the difficulty to do that, to successfully detonate it. You'd have to be doing it right next to it, so you can't like pull the pin on a nuclear reactor.
Right. But
But you're not trying
I wouldn't
do
have
it.
to. I wouldn't want to detonate it because that would kill everyone.
You're just
Not
regretting
necessarily.
that.
Thank you
It's
for watching
like-
Cold Front. Y'all
Well,
know.
it's got about a 10-foot blast radius with radiation.
Do I
So
know? how
everyone
much-
would be irradiated, but not everybody would be killed. You probably would
Right.
if you're right next to the thing.
You all want to look as ugly as him.
Whoa.
You'll be looking a lot uglier than Frankie at the end of that.
I don't think-
carbonized.
Yeah, I don't think you'll be looking. Period. Where'd Margie go?
Oh, that's an ash pile. Oh, Margie. I see the melted remains of bits of her mask.
Maji, you need a little bit of moisturizer.
Moisturize me, moisturize me.
If you had like some sort of device designed to remotely detonate Mr. Handy's, which that'd be a little terrifying. Then the difficulty would be a 5.
She's like, it has a 1,600-mile radius. Have one of these back home. We'll never know if that worked.
Just some Mr. Handy's helping out in a hole,
I'll stick up some papers.
giving some life to some wasteland.
Okay.
Why did that happen?
All right.
Okay. Well, I won't do that then.
It was a noble effort.
Listen, I'm sure you have something to offer to us, but that's also something that we can just take. Speaking of which,
You can't take anything out of my head.
oh, I disagree. We took plenty out of Cortland. Everybody has pressure points.
Yes, and I've had mine that have been pressed since I was a child.
Really? You've been tortured before?
My whole life has been torture.
Oh. Have you ever done the fingernails thing?
Something similar, yes.
I think it would be worth noting at this point that if any of us were to meet any sort of harm, DTL would be very displeased.
Oh no, a caravan company. The raiders were already enemies of Delroy trade lines.
If my brother were to find out that you harmed me, and I'm certainly not going to help you if you harm any of the rest of them.
Your brother left here, wasn't interested in us. I
He will
don't
be.
believe he's the sort of type to be vengeful. Make a persuasion check. Charisma, speech.
Yeah. As many as you need,
As many
man.
as you want. Throw them all. Here we go.
What's the difficulty of this check?
This is partial successes.
All right, that's only 3 successes.
That's still impressive.
My brother's not interested in you right now. Don't make him.
He did kill one of us. I personally believe I would relish the fight, but it might be good to be on his good side.
I'll tell you my terms. I will make half of what I promised you to prove that I have the capability of doing so. After which, you will release the rest of my compatriots, and then you can hold me. And then I can continue making twice as much as I promised you before.
He looks around at the men and women under his command. A couple of additions. I like it. It's a good offer. But I need to make sure that it actually works. Now, your brother, when he came in here and he wanted to talk to Courtland, he gave us some doses.
Can I make insight on that?
Yeah, sure thing.
I don't believe that.
Gosh.
Oh.
Could I have rolled on that too?
Yes, you're the last one. This is perception plus speech.
Should I take anything for it? Just go for it, guys.
Yeah.
Just go for it. This isn't that important.
Okay. I think that's good. That is 3 successes. if
3?
it's Speech.
He's telling the truth,
Okay.
as far as you can tell.
Nod at you. As far as I can tell. So I kind of go.
You're pretty positive, though.
Yeah. Pretty positive.
You don't know that dice have been rolled.
I don't know that dice.
You're
can roll.
confident.
You
Sorry,
suddenly
yeah,
see into the meta
yeah.
universe.
Yeah,
Like,
sorry,
wow,
sorry.
I got 3 successes on that check.
Sorry.
Part of the reason we're so skeptical is he swindled us. They don't work. And so we did see a brief example of how C24 is supposed to work, and it worked for him, but it is not for us. And so you are going to examine the capsules of C24 that he provided to us. Tell us what's wrong with them, and then make us proper ones.
All right, I will need a lab assistant. Do you have any experienced chemists here?
9.
If you'd like, I can help. I mean, I'm not
That's a
much
lot
of a
of
chemist, but I know my way
exist.
around a lab.
What?
Fine,
That's a lot of experience.
I'll make do.
chemists.
9. It means no.
Okay.
I thought you were the ones that were supposed to know German. You were like, oh, it means double soldiers.
Yeah.
I'll examine them. I'll need my well, she'll have to do for a lab assistant for now. And I'll examine them, see what's up, and then I will give you a list of ingredients that I will need.
All right.
Do you have a laboratory here?
A few bits and bobs that Cortland left. I don't know if it would suffice, but we could certainly take some more.
I need something with good ventilation.
Why?
I'm dealing with very harsh chemicals.
He's gonna insight check you on that one.
If you would like a dead doctor instead of drugs, by all means.
What?
If you would like a dead doctor instead of drugs, by all means, put him in a closet.
3 successes.
3? Okay. There's a kitchen. That should work enough. You are also going to have Tristan over here, and he just points to someone. And you are going to explain to him everything that you are doing, every step you are taking. It does not matter how confusing you think it might be, you need to tell him everything that you're doing.
Now, hold on. I'm giving you all my cards in doing so. You won't need me afterwards anymore. How am I to trust that you won't just kill me once I've given you my recipe?
That's actually a good point. I need some way to ensure that you won't just make chlorine gas or something like that.
And that's why he's going to be making you a half batch first.
Mm-hmm.
You try the half batch. You find out it's good. You send the rest of us away. That's why you've set up the deal in 2 installments.
Right. A question. Do any of you have, say, someone who would pay a ransom for you?
No.
I don't intend to cash in on this, don't worry.
Why do you
No.
ask?
Well, I probably need to know which ones I should kill first if anything bad happens, of course. If you try any funny business, we'll need to kill someone, and I prefer to kill the less valuable ones first. You work for wait, has that been revealed?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, that's right. You work for Delroy. I know they pay ransom. So, congratulations, you will go last. Let's see.
Obliged.
You probably don't have anyone that wants a ransom on you.
He
right?
doesn't.
On the contrary.
Oh, really?
He makes friends easily.
Who would be willing to pay for you?
You get chems regularly, Mike.
Yeah, we do get a pretty hefty amount.
I work for your supplier.
Really?
Can I roll an insight check on that?
Do you have any evidence to back that up? Say, who even is our supplier? What do you know about them?
They're the people who own your supplier, Mike.
You're being very vague. I'm looking for names here.
I mean, Frankie knows one name.
Have you ever heard of 9 Lives? Mr. Poliani sends his regards, Mike.
Roll a charisma plus speech check.
Can I know the difficulty?
Yes, you can on this one. I'm actually going to disclose what the partial successes will be. I would say a 4 convinces him you absolutely do actually know the name that you just mentioned. A 3 would convince him, okay, this is... He even pronounced it really interesting. This guy knows what he's talking about. 1 and a 2 would be failures.
My thought is maybe 1 for this because if you think about it, like, this is just convincing him not to kill you first if something goes wrong. We're hoping
That's
nothing
true.
goes wrong, so we
Yeah.
might want to save those for.
One of us is gonna get killed first if something goes wrong.
So this only changes the order, not an actual.
Yeah, we want to save
That's-
up enough
that's
for
what I'm
the
thinking.
important checks that are
What was the
coming
check again?
It's speech plus, or charisma speech.
At 2 critical successes,
Woo!
a 3rd non-critical, all of them are under my tag. 6 successes.
Grab 2 caps.
So wait, how many is that? That's 4?
6 successes.
That's 6. You're free to go. Leave. Go.
No.
Please.
You promised
Actually-
when we came in here, we were all leaving unharmed with our things. If Doc wants to play patty cake and make you drugs, by all means, we're leaving, Mike. And Frankie doesn't forget a name.
This is certainly a surprise.
Frankie's gonna stand up and start walking towards the door.
Where's my gun, Mike?
I get up and I follow him. Say,
Ah,
what do you say, boss?
Klaus, just
I'll get up and follow too.
Tabs is slowly
I'm like right
creeping.
behind you, boss.
are you staying?
No, he's coming with us.
He's going to
Alright.
start getting up to walk with them.
Okay. If he didn't harm any of you,
We
No, and you want to keep it that way, Mike.
I certainly do. Are you guys just leaving?
Yeah.
We're walking-
well, we need our
well,
stuff.
We're
Yeah.
Using as
we'd
much
like to.
charisma as possible.
Yeah, the stuff is outside.
Yeah.
Tabitha,
Just
Yeah.
can you help me with this? And I'm going to pick the Mr. Gutsy up or
Yeah.
start
Great.
working on it.
No. I never said you just get that.
The way I see it, he played a card. That card's got you scared.
What are you trying to do?
You're supposed to be
Take
Pick up the Mr. Gutsy.
business-like. I'm saying you can leave, but this is something that we have.
I have
We
a
were
question.
very professional, and you broke that trust. You said you were going to kill us.
You lied at every corner. What do you mean you have been a professional? You lied about who you are. You lied about Zabis. You've been lying about everything.
Mike, I don't think any of us have been very professional in this, and I don't plan on setting that pattern. You played a card that's got you scared. If you don't want that card manifested.
Well, that card is supposed to be professional. And
We
it's-
don't need the Mr. Gutsy, but if you want to leave it here until it explodes, by all means.
You work in robotics, don't you? How long would it take a nuclear core
I'm
essentially one
pretending
of
to
those things
translate.
Oh, that's right.
to explode after a wound like
Start
that
ham
was
boning.
sustained?
We've killed Mr. Handies and Gutsies before. They don't explode.
That model does. According to her. That was one of the old 1980s models.
That's too far back.
Too far.
Roll a deception check. He's rolling an intelligence check on this.
Use a
Okay.
cap. Use a cap.
Would I know when these came from?
I want to help.
Roll an intelligence check. Intelligence, science.
Can anyone help him?
I'm not helping him with
I'm
that.
good at shooting.
I'm gonna do
guns.
damage
You're not
control when
saying
he
anything.
fails.
You're not helping.
Aren't
Yeah.
all Mr. Gutsy's pre-war?
Could
Can I help
simply
because
say-
I started this?
Intelligence what?
Intelligence plus what? I don't think I have
Science.
anything that would help. No, I got nothing.
What'd you get?
3 successes.
3? You also rolled enough on the intelligence checks to realize when they actually did come out. I'm sorry, this is going to be one occasion where a roll is not going to help. Zephyr first made into the 2050s. You're a little off there.
Robotics was never particularly my strong suit. I thought it was yours.
When's the last time you brushed up on your sign language?
6 years ago.
I'm going to start sweating, start clicking my mouth, and say, "Are we?" And start like getting very nervous.
Okay.
It's like, "Are we? We're leaving now, right?"
I'm grabbing my
and I look at the
sword.
thing, and I look at them, and I look at the thing,
And
look at them,
attaching
and I
it.
start basically trying to make like I'm like, this is not good. Like we need to leave right
Yeah.
now because of that thing.
Klaus would come out and give all of your weapons back. Congratulations.
Tabs grabs her rifle and holds it a little closer. I should have never gave this away.
If you want some Mr. Gutsies, there has to be some sort of payment for it. Listen, I'll give the Mr. Gutsy for 500 caps. That is very generous.
Do you remember how much the ransom?
We have
Insurance
all
was?
150 caps.
Ransom insurance is
roughly
1,000.
from what Spencer gave us, right?
I thought they had
I've got
250 that they were
60
going to give to
total.
for court law.
Okay.
Oh, that.
Oh,
Do we
right,
have 500
that's
total?
not
Oh.
the official DTL.
'Cause I'm
It's-
willing
to
oh,
make
you're
that
an
deal.
employee.
Here we
have
go.
it.
You get 1,000
Here we go.
caps.
Okay, now can I go up to the Mr. Gutsy now that I have my gun
Uh-huh.
and point it at where the nuclear core would be
Okay.
through the hole in the
You're
armor
pointing a gun.
Can I
at
start?
the thing? Yes,
Can I
and
start
say
panicking and like and start like
Roll a
like,
speed check.
moving to like leave.
A speech
Can
check?
I assist
Oh,
by
gosh.
basically saying I'm freaking out?
Not the time.
And,
not
like,
the time.
Not the time.
Roll.
What? It's
roll
500
a-
caps. We're not
He's
gonna
got
take
this.
500
He has got
caps.
this.
I was getting ready to do
Roll
something.
in an agility
Well-
plus small guns.
Sorry.
Agility plus just raw agility. He's going to be able to react first, most likely.
Okay.
One success.
So he's going to be able to go first because no one else can read minds and know he's about to point a gun.
Yeah.
But the question is are you going to go before or after.
What
the
are you
rest of the
doing?
people in the
Oh,
store.
I was going to like what she's doing is she's pretending to freak out so that everyone's like, oh my gosh, this is a viable threat, and like they're not like, not that we're not a part of this, but like basically being like she's freaked out, so kind of trying to get them to freak out. In a sense, she doesn't want them to like panic and shoot people. She wants them to be like, okay, this is a threat. Maybe we should like, because she's trying to not move, and she's like, So she's trying to do that, I guess, through charisma.
I think drawing a gun is going to cause enough panic as it is. I'm
Maybe I
trying
think
to.
this
I'm a little confused as to
Don't
what
do
message
this.
you
Do
want
not.
to.
Were we gonna pay?
I guess I
500
want them to
caps,
take
though?
it seriously.
No.
I'm thinking right now, I
No.
want them
I
to
think the
not
mob
like.
threats
Are you
Yeah.
saying you want them
insinuation.
to believe
Is it?
that
I think so.
there is an
I was
explosive
gonna
in Mr.
negotiate
Haney?
the
Because
500
nothing has been
down.
said about
To what?
what even she's doing.
150.
She is just pointing a gun
499.
right now.
Next
As
level,
far as
I'm
they
gonna be
see,
taking a
this is someone
crap ton
drawing
of
a gun
barter.
for combat.
Because I
Oh.
know that like we've got a lot of persuasion
Yeah, I
among
think
us, but I
that's
know we
what.
don't have a lot of
I
barter.
think she's trying to like.
Yeah.
So, just so you know.
Essentially, she's trying to like pitch what he's doing, like saying, or she's doing, like saying, like this is like a we're gonna shoot this or else that happened, and she's like panicking, like freaking out.
Yeah, that. I know it's stupid to announce attacks, but right now the only thing that anyone would see is you essentially raising a gun. And in fact, there are people next to the Mr. Gutsy.
Well, you were approaching the Mr. Gutsy before you
That's true.
took out the gun,
Let's
right?
go back to that then.
Yeah,
So you
I would
are.
have approached first.
What's your ideal target destination of approaching? Do you want to be right
Like
next to
right
it?
next to it.
Okay.
The
all right.
idea is that she would like have her gun, put it in her pocket, walk up to the Mr. Gutsy, and then her
Yeah,
idea
yeah.
is like point
All
her
right.
gun directly at the nuclear core so that she could threaten it
Yeah.
and be like, give it to us or no one gets it.
Yeah, so let's deal with the approach first. So as you're getting closer, the two people that actually wheeled it in, rolled it in, I guess, both with halberds would just stand in front of it. And one would go,
Margie, get back here.
I'm glad we got back to the
Here's
got
the
back
thing.
to the
I'm
stuff
gonna
first.
stay where I am.
We already know Indiana.
Listen, it's a fair price. Really, you're going to just scan the entire state of Indiana.
150 caps and a dose of jet.
Okay, roll a barter check.
You have another dose of jet?
No, I gave the psycho to the trick.
Oh, that's right.
Charisma plus barter.
I don't have that, so I only get 2 successes.
2?
Mhm.
You have no idea how much we've already lowered the price. Fine, 400 caps.
150 caps and jet and 2 doses of antibiotics. I'll throw in some Addictol as well. Sounds like you guys could use it.
Hold on a second. I like. Dude, can we confer funds real quick?
Yes.
Nice.
Is this a Delroy policy of dealing in drugs? Or is this a
They're freelancers.
organized kind of thing?
It's
I would like to make it very clear these are freelancers.
it's also very disorganized, so give us a minute to organize.
All right.
Frankie would still stand
All
by
right.
the door. Frankie
Yeah.
does not need the Mr. Gutsy. He is ready to leave.
I'm gonna kind of whisper at my wrist. Pip engage Joy Buzzer protocol.
You got it.
Right.
I have 150 caps.
I'm willing to give.
I'm gonna hand over 6 caps.
Never mind.
6.
It's all I have.
The widow's might.
I really is.
She gave the most. She gave everything that she had.
I'm giving everything.
I do. I can give 100, and if there needs to be more, but I'm taking it out of someone's paycheck. And I look at you, or and I look at Margie.
I've got another 50, and I won't tell Delroy that you're trading drugs. This time.
So that's 200 and how much?
Was that 200 or how
No, 50 from me.
50,
206.
150 from me, so 206.
Plus.
200? Sorry, hold on.
Hurry, we
200
do this now or we
I
get
do.
out of here.
I do. Okay, but your interest. We're doing interest on this. I have 200 caps here, but interest, and from whoever.
You get priority next fight. Multiple people go down. All right.
I want caps. This
We
is
can
painful.
talk about that later.
Right.
I take
Give
it,
it.
and I'm going to do that.
We're gonna offer 400 caps.
Oh, we've got 400?
He's given 200.
Yep.
Or
You
she's
got
given
200?
150 and 50.
And 6.
And 6.
So 400 caps even?
Yep.
My 6
All
fell on
right.
the ground, I guess.
For the sake of trust, we'll do the whole meet in the middle. Place the caps on the table.
Kick the
and we
wheelbarrow
will
over there.
wheel the robot out to you all. Okay?
Mm.
The robot is...
Is this a viable switch or
Actually, I think I'd prefer we wait to give you the caps until we're outside
Yeah.
of the building.
Let's do it at the front gate.
Fine.
We'll hold the caps in view, you hold your gutsy in view.
Very fancy. I would take the 400 caps right now. There's no reason for us to shoot you.
well, we don't know that, but let's just do it by the gate.
Someone would knock on the front door. Really? Right before the dramatic prisoner swap. Okay. Klaus, who could that be? Boss? I think they've come to help out. Who? And Klaus is just gesturing towards Frankie. The door is opened by one of the door guards, and you all would see it is raining outside now, and there's a woman wearing a headscarf, big sunglasses, a black trench coat, very bright lipstick, and she is grinning. It looks like there are two shady types behind her as well. And I mean that literally, it's hard to see them.
Would Frankie have any idea who this is?
Yeah, roll a intelligence plus...
Secret focus.
See, yeah. Hidden focus of, or hidden skill of, we'll say 3.
Nope.
Difficulty is 2.
I guess that's 1 success. I have a 4 here.
Mhm.
The other's a 15.
Okay. You don't know who this person is, but you know who she's
I've been
with.
told who she's affiliated with.
Yes. Yep. Well, looks like we're having quite the party here.
We were just on our way out, actually.
Is that so? Which one of you is Mike? Oh, that would be me. Excuse me, miss. We have
Business to finish.
very important business, but this is also important. Could I ask you what exactly you're here for, and if it can be mentioned? These people are trustworthy. I know you work with... doesn't seem like she's turning her head around, but she's definitely looking at you all. Which one of you is Radamanthus? Oh! Well, he's,
Not here. Indiana.
You had to go and say that?
Frankie's just gonna...
he's right. Oh. Well, that's a shame. That's why we're here. But, this man is his brother. Really? And it looks like we have a lead.
Can I make a roll on that?
Roll to do what? You gonna shoot this woman?
No, can I get a roll on that? Well, we have a lead. Is that like
On his
we have a lead? It's time to kidnap some people, or like what's the vibe?
Yeah,
she's
you can
going?
do an insight check
Yeah.
on her tone.
Yeah.
Could Frankie size up the goons behind her? What are
Yeah.
what are they carrying?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll allow perception plus small arms focus.
Well, 2 successes.
Okay. Yeah. One of the guys is wielding a sawn-off shotgun like a handgun. The other does not seem to have a weapon you can see immediately. She, however, has a .44 Magnum at her waist.
Nice.
What'd you get?
Those glasses threw Pixie off, and she doesn't know what's going on.
That's
Shiny.
attention.
What's going on? Oh, okay, missed it. Yeah.
Trying to remember where it was.
It's
A
just
lead.
That's
Right, a lead. What's your name, sweetie?
Jerry, miss, what's your name?
You can call me Zinnia.
Zinnia.
It's a flower. It's like my thing.
It's a flowery name.
And that's what I try to do. Got a last name, Jerry?
That depends. What do you want with my brother?
I want to give him an offer. I hear he's got something very, very special.
What kind of offer?
Service or caps? Seems like he's looking for a bit of a market, and that's exactly what we specialize in.
No. I don't think my brother's gonna go for that.
Really, and why not?
He's not the marketable sort of guy.
Well, that's where the service comes in. He's looking for connections. Maybe a nice fancy new lab to move into. Anything like that. I'm sure he's got things that he wants. And we can most definitely supply it to him.
All right, and, well, in that case, my last name is Fletcher.
Fletcher. Well, that just takes so much of the mystique out of that gaudy name. What even is a Rhadamanthus anyways?
Greek judge of the dead, if anyone cares.
Speak up, Missy. What'd you just say?
Rhadamanthus is a judge of the dead in Greek mythology.
Greek?
Ruled before the war. Quite a bit before the war.
Ah, just some pre-war reference. That doesn't really surprise me. Well, what are you looking for, Mr. Fletcher?
My brother.
Really? Wow. What a very, very convenient exchange that we've had today. How
Yes.
lucky.
Yes.
Do you know where we could find him? Or where you're going to find him?
I was hoping you could tell me.
Oh, unfortunately, sweetie, we're just on the same page here. We're here because we're in need of a lead. And right now, all we got is, well, you.
Yes, and all I've got is you, so I guess we're both stuck.
Well, I've aged from the conversations that he had with the scientists that we had in our employ. He was working for us for a while, okay? But I believe he's heading west to Indiana, probably to make contact with the Union.
With who?
Roll an intelligence check, difficulty of 1. This is region knowledge.
All right.
How updated are you with
Should
current-
I-
I just
can
didn't
I
get
also-
the pronunciation.
Oh, Union.
Can I also roll that?
Yeah, sure. You know it,
Okay.
actually.
2 successes.
2? Okay, get 1 action point. The Union, or the Midwestern Rail Union, is the faction that has the most amount of influence in Indiana, Illinois, Iowa, a little bit into
They're
Wisconsin.
not with the railroad.
They're the railroad.
They are the railroad?
They are the railroad.
Crap.
Yeah. Yes. So their official political name is the Midwestern Rail Union. Their religious organization that they are closely affiliated with is the Union of Ferroquinologists.
They like trains.
They like trains. That's correct.
They're not with the railroad in Fallout 4.
No.
That's what I was
That's gonna
asking.
be my question.
Like, they're not that railroad,
Absolutely
are
not. Yeah, no symbolic railroad thing here. This isn't the Underground Railroad.
They worship trains.
Yes, they worship trains. They worship rail in particular. But I kind of took it that he's looking for, I suppose, business partners would be the best word to put it, but more power oriented than just profit.
Connections.
Right, that. Well, yes, India. Well, I guess we're gonna have to go on the road then. Are you all looking for anyone to travel with then? If you're going there. This merry party going to find Radamanthus. Unite brothers.
Would you mind giving us, Miss, just a chance to talk it over amongst ourselves? I'm
Absolutely.
I'm completely on board, but I'd like to make sure that my compatriots are as well.
Oh, of course. Absolutely. Take all the time in the world.
When we get into a huddle, I go, can we get the robot and get out of here first?
I mean, currently she doesn't know that the robot knows anything. I would rather we keep it that way.
Let me get this straight. So the robot knows where the feller that we're looking for is.
Cortland, yes.
And that's really all we need to do to get paid.
Is she... Well, we're looking for... We need to get Cortland, I think.
Yeah.
And if Cortland and Radamanthus went to the same area, that would be helpful.
Then that would help us out.
That
I'm
would
not
help us.
opposed to you trying to find your brother while we're on the road.
I think she could be useful to us for the time being, although I don't
Actually,
think...
I would like to hear from Mr. Franklin exactly who she is.
I don't know who she is exactly, but she works for the mob. I don't care.
Mr.
Treat
Franklin,
her- treat
do
her
you
with-
work for the mob?
Not anymore. More on that later. Now,
He really has a good accent.
I would prefer to do no more interacting with this woman than we have to.
She knows where the railroad people are. We don't.
Actually,
They cannot be
You
that.
can find him pretty
I was
quickly.
gonna say they cannot be that difficult to find.
Here's the thing. If we say no, I don't think we get an option in this. If we play along for now, that'll give us a chance when we're on the road to escape.
no, I think we say no now and see what happens. If they force us, so be it. But I think we need to take that chance now, not after she knows that the robot knows more.
With her and all of these other men who probably would side with her over us. On the road, we would
Right
outgun
now,
her.
it's an invitation. We're going to decline that invitation. If it becomes more than an invitation, then we acquiesce.
Are you all in agreement?
Whichever option's not going to get us killed.
I think we go along now, suck up for now.
I think it's harder to break connections than it is to stop from making them in the first place.
Well,
All right, vote.
I've been close enough to Chicago to agree with Mr. Franklin.
all right. Or we're not doing it then. We're saying no.
We're saying no unless it becomes something more than an invitation. I'm not going to risk anyone over this, but I think if we can get out of it, we should.
Fine. Fine, he's gonna say kind of loudly.
Yeah. So once you all break out from this little team huddle,
Go
you
team.
would see she's just leaning over the table where you guys were once negotiating, and she's like, "Oh, that looks good. Mind if I have a sip, Mike?" Well, it's not exactly. And she takes a sip of Zippis beer.
That's pre-war stuff. You might want to spit that out.
And I just thought it was a stiff drink.
No, you might
Okay, I
want to pump
kinda
your
like her.
stomach on that one.
Bit of a mistake there. Well, I got Mr. Fletcher's name, but I'm not sure if I caught the rest of your all's names.
I'm not exactly sure they'll be necessary.
Oh, is that so?
Unfortunately,
We've got other agendas, not just his brother.
we have a couple stops to make on the way that'd be a bit on the way out of the way for you.
Well, if you all are looking to make much more efficient progress on that mission, if you're in the business of information, I'm the right person for the job. Anything we can help you with?
Actually, I think we're fine right now. I appreciate the offer, I do. But we know what we're doing.
All right. Mr. Jerry, you ever have any second thoughts about this, or you want to be a bit more efficient in finding your brother, or if your brother ever wants the business partners that Mike said he was looking for? I'm sure you'll know where to find me.
I actually won't.
It's like, I literally don't.
You seem like a smart kid. I'm sure you will. And she's going to hand you a business card that is completely white with black text on it. And it just says Syndicated Holdings on it. That's it.
Well,
Ask for Rose.
all right, thank you. It's been a pleasure meeting you.
Of course. We might have to do that awkward thing where we walk in the same direction now, I guess, if you all are heading west.
We've got a little bit more business to handle with Mike, so if you want a head start, we'll give you one.
Excellent. I suppose we'll see you all in Indiana. Ta! And she's going to head out the front door. Back into the rain.
I knew what the headscarf and the sunglasses. She was gonna be a good vibe.
All right, we've got the 400 caps. Let's just take care of this.
Alright, back to the original deal.
So, Mike, what's this about Radamanda's needing business partners?
I mean, that's just...
She heard it from you?
I can explain that one to you. Mike's probably not going to know much.
Not really. All I know is that he was looking for Cortland to recruit him, but he thought that Cortland was stupid.
Did he tell you to recruit him for what?
For his doctor team or whatever. Wanted to give him a nice shiny white lab coat or something. But he thought he was too stupid.
It's a vote of confidence for our guy. All right. You ready to make the deal?
I am. This has not gone very well for me. I'm eager to see it ended.
Well, then let's go to the front gate.
All right, you would go to the front gate now in the rain. Thankfully, the trio that just visited is now fully gone. And you all head to the gate, are standing there with a bag full of caps. The Doppel soldiers position their own men in a line. You guys are arrayed opposite to them. And Mike is like, okay, so on the count of dry.
Wait, what is dry? She like steps under like the little
Three,
awning.
says one guy.
Nice.
Shut up, Tristan!
She like winks at Tristan.
Roll for Lady Killer. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. What's the other one?
Yes.
Black Widow.
Black Widow.
That's the one.
Anyway,
I was thinking of his.
Yeah.
All right. Eins, zwei, drei.
Is it now?
Like, grab the cart.
Oh no, they're bringing the cart out and you're bringing the caps over.
Yeah.
I'll take the caps out because I'm probably the least physically intimidating.
That's true.
That probably-
They sent Tristan out for
Yeah.
the same reason.
Yeah.
You go. You have no muscles to speak of. Oh, okay.
There's a reason why he was selected as the lab assistant. Yep.
There you are.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, and you all have your Mr. Gutsy.
Yes.
Well, if there's nothing else, Mike.
That will be all. Auf Wiedersehen.
Wiedersehen.
And we're gonna leave.
We're gonna leave and find a safe place to talk about what just
Try and
happened.
get out.
Yeah, you guys need to
Frankie
talk.
is running. Frankie is running with reckless
I don't know what just
abandonment.
happened.
He is-
And
Grab
Tabs
the
doesn't know
wheelbarrow
what
and we
just
start heading
happened.
down.
All right.
Frankie's also maintaining at least 20 feet from the Mr. Gutsy at all given times.
Like,
It would take about 20 minutes to get back to the Art Museum if that's where you wanted to go, or you could pick a place out here in.
Is there like a good
Road
like
quarter.
place where it's not wet that we run into?
Oh yeah, there's tons of
Yeah.
buildings. They're all abandoned, mostly picked
Okay,
through
let's
by
just find a
scavengers.
safe-looking building.
Yeah.
Sure thing.
Can
Where's
we? There's a bookseller in town.
It's kind of across the street from Schmidt's.
Oh.
Sorry. Sorry.
Don't go there. Is there a different bookseller?
Later.
We're leaving now. Walks across the street, but only like a little bit.
Okay. You know
We
what?
can put him in the reading room.
I'm gonna look this up because I want to make sure that.
It's
Did
like
it-
at least
Are
a
you
few
trying
blocks
to go
down.
to the book loft?
Yes.
Or did it like maybe it like
Don't
maybe
call
they
me
had
out like
to
that.
move it at some point and like rebuild or something?
No, it's
favorite
the
place
book
in the
loft of
world.
German Village. It's gotta stay in German Village.
No, Schmitz is a decent walk from the book loft. Like not much of a walk, but a decent walk.
Petition to go
Yeah,
to
it looks like
do a
it's
book
far
loft
enough
trip,
away.
like,
Okay.
Ooh, that's
It
All
wouldn't
right.
be like right across
Probably
the
like
street.
it's probably a
So
few
it's pretty
blocks.
safe.
Because there's like 36 rooms in there, man. There's enough room to put a Mr. Gutsy
Taco
down.
Bell's right next to it though.
Oh.
Go to the pre-war
Glad to see-
Taco Bell.
Glad to see Taco
The food's
Bell
still
has
good.
survived.
Kind of.
Well, see, we'd have our little like Mr. Gutsy workshop in the Taco Bell, and then we'd like pop over to the bookstore.
I've done that in Taco Bell.
Taco Bell does not exist. That's not American enough.
In the
That's all
Taco
universal.
Bell stand-in building.
Yeah.
Live Moss, I guess.
I think the appropriation of Spanish
just
culture
gonna
is
stay
American.
That's
True.
valid.
Anyway,
All right, we're going. We're in a building.
Yes. So you all find a quaint little building that looks like a couple of houses joined together, and find that inside it is an absolute labyrinth of collapsed bookshelves and strewn papers. Welcome to the book loft.
nice.
The remains.
There remains
Is there like a
book loft.
literal like loft?
What?
We
you
should
go to?
cosplay as
Safe for
our
us to
characters.
stay
I don't
here.
think so.
What
Okay.
just
I don't
happened?
Actually, no.
That's
Okay,
a very
everyone,
good
I start
question.
clearing just books and stuff and put them around, and then like
be
I
careful with those.
I mean, they're kind of
I
on the
won't
floor.
On
set
a
these books on fire.
on a
Take
glance,
some like
Is there
wood from a
anything-
chair.
Horror.
is there anything on robotics or General Atomics International or Mr. Gutsy's or anything in that realm that I would see?
Do you have a D100 on you?
I can in a minute.
Oh, I might
Mushroom
need to use
bag.
that too.
Oh, I actually got a match set right out the gate.
If there's one thing I know about the book loft is that it's not the best place to find a specific book in particular.
Oh,
You might find a book that you didn't know you were looking for.
maybe I'll find
No,
that
but
out.
you can't order them.
I've spent way
Oh,
too
there
much
you
Oh,
go.
no, come on. I found a lot in there that I was looking for.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. I've actually never been, and I just read about it online.
Depends on what you're
No,
looking for.
Josh didn't like the
Okay.
book loft's history
Okay.
section because he
Okay.
said it
You ever
was
found a book
wasn't
on
Valentine's
robotics?
Day is coming up.
by genre. It was organized by author instead.
What'd you
or
roll,
something, so
Levi?
couldn't find
I got a
anything.
93.
A 93.
A 93.
Okay. Yeah, that's. Sure. You would find. It's a little surprising. You would find a user manual for a Mr. Handy. It seems to be like one built for consumers rather than like
Mm-hmm.
actual Robco employees.
Is this the
General
model
Atomics
that I
setup.
would have messed with before, or is it a newer model?
It's a Mr. Gutsy. It's
No, I haven't messed with a Mr. Gutsy.
right.
I have with a Mr. Handy, but it was the older version of the Mr. Handy. Is this that one or
Wait,
the newer
are there
one?
different models of Mr. Handies?
Yes.
There are different models. Yeah.
There's like the
Well,
older
there's
one,
Miss Na-
and then there's
different.
Oh yeah.
no. There's like an older one that's
Oh,
like
yeah.
clunkier. That's in some of the games, and then there's like a newer one that's like the orb with the 3 arms.
Oh.
I think the other one has 6 arms as well.
Yeah, it's most likely the ones in Fallout 1 and 2 versus the ones in.
That's the older
Okay.
General Atomics International
'cause it's
version, I think.
clunkier. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's the newer model,
Okay,
which is what this Mr. Gutsy is. It's the same frame.
awesome.
just
That's
with
great,
different
actually.
Accoutrement.
Yeah.
And when I say accoutrement, I mean plasma weaponry.
Are you going to need help with that?
I'm gonna grab
There's a pretty
some
cool gun in the
might
basement.
chairs or something and look at tabs and say, "Can you make like a fire or something? We need
We're
a
not
campfire
lighting the
talk."
building on fire.
We're not saying the building on
Actually, I'd
fire.
prefer we don't
No,
let
we're
any
not-
books on
no
fire
fires.
either.
We're not burning
fires.
any books either.
No fires. Let's just sit down and talk about what in.
Tarnation just happened.
I'm really torn on who I would like to explain things first.
I think we need to make a fire first.
No
I need-
fire.
Why do we
That
need?
makes us
Why do you
easier
want
to
fire
find.
so bad?
fire indoors is not a good idea.
It ain't that cold.
All right, Doctor, you go first.
What do you want me to explain?
Do we have any candles we can light?
Why did
What's
they
going
not
on with your
kill us
brother?
when they wanted to kill us?
Well, that's a Frankie question.
And how did y'all negotiate?
Well, I actually did the not killing us thing. He did the get us out of there thing. There's a difference.
Fair enough.
Oh no, they weren't gonna kill us, Doc. Trust me.
You got to explain that too. He's got to explain first. Who's Radamanthus? How much do you know about him?
He's my brother.
What is his current agenda?
I don't
What
know.
is C-24 and what does it do?
It's classified. Look, C-24 is classified. I can't really...
Classified among whom?
Among the vault.
So that's where he got it.
No, he kind
He
of...
made it.
We made it.
Can I make a roll on that?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a drug dealer. I think you might be lying.
That's just cheap.
That's such a
I mean, he knows
positive
how
thing to
make
say
it.
about yourself.
2 successes, I think.
3. Yeah, he's telling the truth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
We made it together, and then that was... Yeah, haven't seen him in 10 years.
So why is it resurfacing now? Why does everyone think it's new?
I don't know. I don't know. A lot can happen in 10 years, you know.
Did you leave Radamanthus in the vault?
You mean, did I leave him in the vault?
Or did he leave you?
I left him. Well, it was complicated. We had an argument, and
I
I
understand how
left to
family
blow
can
up.
be.
I left to blow off some steam, and when I came back, the vault was ransacked by raiders.
Now, that I'm sorry to hear, Dr. Fletcher.
And I didn't know what to... I thought my brother was gone, and then I heard from a trader that I was trading up in Lansing about a man calling himself Radamanthus and dealing in these kinds of chems, and, well, I thought maybe my brother is still alive. From the descriptions I've heard, it sounds like it is him, and the fact that it's being referred to as C-24...
What was C-24 meant to do?
It was meant to... Well, it was a long line of chems that we were trying to design to enhance human physical capabilities. C-24 was a line designed to try to cure me.
And what did it actually do?
Well, it didn't work.
But
Well, it was... The C line was... C-24 was worked on by my brothers. My brother. My brother.
I was gonna be like, Radamanthus
Oh, a line of drug dealing brothers.
Radamanthus 2,
He's not-
Electric Boogaloo.
I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. The C line was conceived of by my mother. And working on it, there was an accident that exposed her to some quite toxic and harsh chemicals that resulted in me being born the way I am. And I don't know what my brother's angle is right now. He would never just peddle them.
He's not looking for business partners.
He's not. I don't know what his angle is, but I don't really care right now.
You've been given
My
your brother
brother.
back.
My brother is 10 years older than I am. From what I'm hearing about him now, I look 10 years older than he is. I'm dying. And my brother is the only man I know that is alive that can do anything to help me. I don't know how long I have left, and that's why I'm looking for him.
Then it is lucky for you we're heading to Indiana. And lucky for you that none of us are going to begrudge you the time it takes to stop with the Union.
I appreciate that, thank you. I was a little worried about bringing any of that up.
Actually, I'm more sympathetic now that I know. probably one of the only worthy things we could divert the mission for. Certainly a lot better than just thinking that you're interested in following around a drug dealer.
And he's not a common street dealer.
I've got that impression.
I don't know what his angle is or what he's trying to do, but
But I meant
I
this
know
is a good
he's-
reference.
I know he's got good intentions and he's trying to fix the world, trying to fix things. I know. He and I were both vehemently against just the abuse of chems.
Well, I am looking forward to finding out what Jerry Fletcher's brother is like then.
His name's Pete.
Wow. I wonder why he adopted the name Radamanthus.
Who are you? Radamanthus. That's Pete.
Don't tell anyone else that. I don't think he would.
Oh, I prefer the Greek anyways.
I think we should call him Radman.
Why did he choose the name? You have any idea?
I have some theories, but I don't know.
I'll ask him when we find him. Now, I think you're out of the hot seat.
Thank you.
Frankie?
Yeah, what do you want to know? It's a bookshop. I'm an open book. What do you want?
Can I like listen and like look for some like music book or something?
Yeah, sure.
Could you roll or could you?
Roll the D100.
Wait, yeah, are we all present for this conversation, or was this just?
I kind of imagine that this is the whole group.
Just a.
Yeah, I've
is
got
that-
no problem with being a
yeah.
whole group if you guys don't mind.
I was
All
under
right,
the impression
yeah.
we were all sitting in a circle.
Yeah.
We were
Yeah,
talking about our
I'm,
feelings.
I'm imagining I'm just
I
like
zoned out.
crawling over like
Do you guys
bookshelves
mind
and-
this being the whole group? Because that's how I've been imagining it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
If Frankie's just sitting 20 feet away from the
We're
Mr.
sitting
Gutsy,
around a pile of books that is mounted like a fire.
But is not a fire
It's like a
because we
book
don't
that
set
has, like-
books
like-
on fire.
Like how to survive in the wilderness, and there's just like a fire on the front.
Exactly.
And, like Pix has just like put it there.
We need a fire.
All right, that's 74.
Okay.
Two
74.
electric boogaloo doesn't have the same ring to it.
Ooh.
You find what looks to be a book of sheet music for playing the piccolo.
Woo.
I'll take it.
Pixelo.
The Pixelo.
There's potential there.
Yeah. Piccolo music sheet.
Piccolo sheet music for intermediate piccolo players.
Okay.
The concept of an intermediate piccolo player is funny.
Anyway,
Really good.
anyway, while she's going through and like, she's like crab crawling a little bit and like watching and like there. But
Roll a
that's-
d20 or roll a agility
Athletics.
plus
There's athletics.
athletics. There it is.
What's that?
Who needs acrobatics? Get out of here, D&D.
Not secure. I'm sorry.
Difficulty of 1 to not fall off the
Cap.
bookshelves.
We don't take that
Huh?
currency here.
If you knock off
Take
one
that kind of
though,
cap.
it's a
Just
domino
agility.
effect.
Okay.
Or just like, I have caps. They're pen caps.
Two.
Okay.
One action point. There
That's
you
the
go.
real reason why she lost her wealth. She
All right.
misunderstood.
Oh,
what
did I
was
get any
happening.
action points for the
sharing
She's
my
selecting
differences on
pen
my-
caps the whole time.
Yeah, get 2 action points for that.
Guys, that was way easier than I thought it was
I know.
gonna
I
be.
was like,
That
did,
helps.
did they
You
just?
brought up the mob and
That's
it
gonna
went.
they
have
just-
that's gonna have complications for later, but
Okay.
So he
Good
just.
thinking.
So Frankie threatened him with the mob. He's like, put some bricks on your feet and turn.
Yeah.
them
Anyway,
off.
so I'm
The
crawling
mob
around
loves
listening
me.
no, Frankie
like I'm a
didn't
crab.
threaten them with the mob. That was the head of the mob.
9 lives. You gotta spell the name. What was the name? Because I do not
Frankie
have
is
that
not
spelled
going
right.
to repeat the name.
No, I know, but you said it, so I need to know how to spell it so we can put it on the wiki.
9 lives.
That I got.
Nelson.
Nelson.
Don't bring up Nelson unless it's 9 lives. Nelson. Polignani.
But how do you
Polignani.
That is correct.
Spelling bee play.
It's Italian.
Mamma mia.
I
It's a
love the
family.
Italian G.
Even though his
It's
first name
lovely.
is Nelson.
Well,
Okay.
I mean,
Can't
we've got
win 'em
Nelson
all.
and Pete. All of the first names end up being really underwhelming.
And then even
That's
the
why
leader
we're all
of
going by
the
nicknames.
Destroyer of the Doppel soldiers,
Mike. I know. I didn't even realize his name was Mike, and then Josh was thinking about like, oh, Mike, the leader of the Doppelsters. I was like, I thought his name was like Hans Schnitzelburner or
also,
something.
the Fallout world is
Jürgen
set
von
in like
Strangle.
1950s culture,
Ah, true.
and so these are very like generic 50s names.
Mike.
Yep. I'm trying to remember his name, but there's a raider boss
So is
in
Margaret.
Appalachia who is like the worst raider you could possibly imagine. But before the war, he was just like a corporate boss, and so
He was just
That
Jeff Bezos.
explains
at one point he wiped out the entirety of it's Charleston, West Virginia. He flooded it by destroying a dam, and his wife gave him a world's best boss mug in commemoration of the feat.
Michael Scott.
Yeah,
He
it
is
is. It's
Michael
Michael
Scott.
Scott, but murderer, absolute terrorist. Oh,
So, you've got some explaining to do too.
Yeah, like I said, ask away. By the way, Doc, you painted a giant target on your back. I hope you know that.
I know, but I also got you guys out of the fire.
No,
And into the frying pan. Wait,
I
what?
did that.
Did you? You were silent most of that conversation.
You were both very helpful.
Yeah, can you two stop bickering? It's getting kind of old.
Pix says,
Ah,
we're gonna
he's-
deal with that. But for right now, Frankie, start talking. She's like
You de-escalated.
crawling up there,
You got
crawling
us
around.
out. Both of those were useful.
What do you want to know?
I want to know whether the mob's going to be interested in us because you're with us.
They will be very interested in Dr. Fletcher. Me, they could probably care less about. However, I do have a brother who's still in the mob. I don't know if he's looking for me. I left over 10 years ago. The rest is history.
everybody likes the 10 years.
I'm starting to see why we hate each other.
You're the same person.
You guys are kind of foils a little bit.
I have been underground for the past 10 years, trying to get away from that. If they know I'm still around, they could come after me. The mob doesn't like loose ends.
All right. How close were you to Nine Lives, or whatever the name was you
I
said?
knew the name. I mean, I worked up in Chicago.
You've probably seen him, but never actually, like, formally met him. He might have even read your name in a long list of people that
Employees.
correct. But you never formally met the guy.
And the only loose end is that you're still alive? You didn't screw them over or something?
No, I'm not running around spilling mob secrets. I know better than that.
Okay, I was just checking.
That doesn't mean the mob likes me.
I'm aware of that. I just wanted to know whether it was a passive kind of a don't like or an active kind of a don't like.
I'm very glad they didn't recognize me. We'll leave it at that.
Did you recognize her?
Unfortunately, no. I'm not as familiar with the Columbus area, but Gary in the Ohio State Militia said that lady's been pulling the strings with the head sarge or whatever. The mob's responsible for pushing all the chems in the Midwest region, and they do that partially through the Ohio State Militia.
And that's why they're interested in Radamanthus.
They want any scientist who can make chems for them.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably interested in whatever the C-24 is, but if it doesn't work, they still got use for him.
I think that answers all of my questions.
So we have to find my brother.
Pix crawls
first.
down and says, questions still going on. Did I see when he handed over the Syndicate holdings, or was that name mentioned?
It wasn't mentioned out loud. She was being a little brazen with it, so you could have seen that card. I'll allow that.
I go over and say, okay. Do you know what Syndicate Holdings is? And you see her like
Syndicate's a code name for the mob.
pulling out.
Anything that's professional, the syndicate, organized, it's all the mob.
She's
Probably
like
a
pulling
pre-war
off
building.
stickers. They're all clumped in one part, like right where her heart is. She's pulling off and like moving them, and she pulls out a card that has Syndicate Holdings on it, and she flips over to the other side, and on the back is scrolled, Albert Tobin. Does this look familiar to you?
Are you handing it to Frankie?
She's like presenting it so that you can see it.
Would Frankie recognize the card and or the name?
Yeah. So the card is identical to the one that Jerry was just given. Albert Tobin would be written on the back of it because he didn't put it on the card itself. He said ask for. Oh yeah.
Pix
sorry.
wrote it down.
Right. But it's just the same card.
No, but is the card like a regional card, or is that like the mob business card?
It's a generic mob business card.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Does he recognize the name Albert? What was the last name?
Tobin.
Albert
Tobin. Roll intelligence plus mob focus of how many years for? Oh no, sorry, that's a spoiler. I don't want to pry out lore information. Let's just say
It's
3.
been 10 years since he's been in the mob.
Okay.
That's
there
Frankie
you
mentioned that.
Yeah, we'll say that works. We'll say a mob skill of 3. Because sometimes you just know stuff.
No.
Nothing. No.
That should have been the psyche
Where'd you
question.
get that card?
What's your mob focus?
She like writes down in a little book. No. Okay. Ooh, a page falls out.
Where'd you get the card, Pix?
I got it. She fumbles with the page. I acquired the card from the man with the name about a particular business transaction that I'm looking for. I guess it's my turn to tell the story. Anyway, and this actually leads into the next thing.
Everybody's involved with the mob.
Okay.
Apparently.
Wait, we have the past, present, and future of the mob.
Whoa.
We're like the ghosts
all
of
gonna be
Christmas
future
past.
mobsters
The ghosts
if
of
we don't be
Christmas
careful.
mob.
Or you're all gonna be passed if you're not careful.
Passed away.
Alright. Yeah. Alright. This does lead into the other stuff that I think we need to talk about. Alright. This is a weird place to start. Stop calling us the freelancers.
You are freelancers.
Yeah,
it is
but
dehumanizing.
everyone has this, when they say that, or like we're on freelancer business, everyone has this feel of like, oh, well, it's not that important. It's not actually part of the company. It doesn't have any
It's
real
not a part
meaning.
of the company. The company thinks this mission is a wild goose chase Pix.
Yeah. And
I
it's
don't mind being called a
not.
freelancer. It's better than being
It's
called
not.
a dumb hick. That's what I usually
I
get
want
called.
to tell you why.
It's not, and that's why I'm on this mission.
Good. Stop calling us freelancers.
Sometimes it's useful for you not to be associated with the company,
Sure, I'll take
as
that.
when he was trading drugs.
Yeah, I'll take
I'm
that.
sorry, chems.
I never intended to
Yeah, I don't
give
want to
them
be
anything
associated with that
useful.
either.
I know.
Okay.
And I think what you did is fine, and I'm not going to put it in the report to Ulster. But if you had been an actual DTL member, that could have been a problem. As a freelancer, it's not. That's why I'm calling you freelancers.
All right.
Can we
I'll
just
take
get a
that.
different name? Freelancers sounds
We can find one.
like interns.
It's not a name. This isn't like your band name.
We could make a new band name.
We're not a band.
And we could call ourselves freelancers when we need to. But my point being, valid point by you also, I respect that, is people have this feeling, like you guys have this too. You're like bickering and fighting. Like this is like some little holiday to just like do whatever. You had that. I get those are very stressful. I'm gonna put that. You spoke after when we were doing the negotiation, but it was a stressful situation, and I get the feeling like I'm getting the feeling like you were presented as if you were to be the leader of the group, and I don't think you want to be, and I don't think that's necessarily because you hate us, but because maybe that's not your skill set. So I'm gonna say that was maybe not great, but I'm gonna just let go by. These are the last wishes of a dead man that we are fulfilling. If I had the chance to do that with some of the people that I've had to watch past, if I had the chance to do the last wishes of those that were close to me, That's important. And I think people are forgetting that. And number two, if we're fighting among each other, if we're hiding secrets, and she like looks at you and is, there hasn't been any problem, but you do wear full body outfit, which is concerning that there's something going on. So you don't have to trust us
That is
now.
Margie's choice.
I'm just calling the red flags when I see them coming up. That doesn't mean it's a problem now, but that means you need to be ready when it's time. And that doesn't mean that we even learn what happens. It just means that when it's time, you do what you need to do.
She's gonna like pull on her shirt collar. More of a yellow flag.
Yeah.
Maybe
Thick's kind of
orange.
last. Yeah.
I'm not concerned you do the right thing when it's time. This doesn't really get in the way of that.
I'm just saying, physical things, they sometimes mean internal things.
More.
Tabs,
You know
you're
what the
being great.
external things are radiation, and I want to keep that from being internal.
Yes.
I've got such nice skin. Can't
That's
let
how I keep it
radiation
baby
ruin it.
soft.
Yeah.
You know, this has a rad resist of 3. The sun cannot touch my cheeks.
Yeah, I bet Margie just wears a mask for the most like silliest reason.
Vampire
Because
tail.
She's in
her
the
eyes are like an
She's-
ugly brown
yeah,
color, and
she's
she's
like,
like, these
"Actually-"
mirrored lenses are a beautiful, like, bluish green. It's so pretty.
Maybe as a kid she met Joel Payne, and he's like, "You gotta take care of your skin."
She's like, you're right. I'm gonna wear a hat and a gas mask, gloves.
Nice.
Sorry, Jacob, I did not mean
okay.
to interrupt.
Again, not a problem right now, but I just want that to get addressed when I see it. Tabs, you've been doing really good, Atri.
Thanks.
So thanks.
I try.
Okay.
I also don't have any deep dark secrets like the rest of y'all, so
Yeah.
you know. In case it's what you're worried about.
You two, Jerry, Fred, Frankie, you need to. I'm learning.
Keep going.
Okay, look.
Keep going.
You need to deal with this. This is like Cold War level stuff right now, and I know it's not active war. This is as bad for the group. And if the group is weaker, even in small ways, that means we can't get the money. And if I can't get the money, then I can't help my mom. And if I don't get the money for the operation that she needs, she's gonna die.
What operation does she need?
Well, I don't know all the specifics, but there's a big machine.
Do you want those specifics? Because
I'll say for now, I'm sure she's written it down somewhere, like specifics about her mom.
Right.
But just like for now, there's a big machine, and they might be able to even figure out what this big
Yeah.
machine, kind of a tube thing, that apparently can like revitalize her, deal with it. That's where I got this card, and apparently they have a place, and she's putting them back to like cover it up.
And that's
They
what
have a
family
place.
troubles meant.
That's what family troubles meant. We don't have anyone else. Dad's not around anymore.
Jerry, roll a intelligence plus medicine check. Or is that the name of the skill? Medicine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the difficulty?
2. Yeah, 2.
Oh, you're
3.
so good.
3. 1 action point.
Very nice.
A couple of options she could be talking about. She could be talking about like an actual like vat to submerge someone in. That's not the craziest thing to do. That's what happens with super mutants.
Could she
They're
be
put in
talking
a-
about an iron lung?
That's what I was thinking.
No. She's talking about an auto dock.
An iron lung you don't get out of, or like it doesn't do anything if you're out of it.
Correct. Yep.
Autodoc.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why this mission is really, really important to me. Like really, really important to me. And that's why I'm going to need those 200 caps back. I don't care who gets it, but I'm going to get those money back. And that's why I would like to just say, as people who, maybe I'm just shooting in the dark, feel like they've had a brush with death, had it kind of stand in your face and just breathe into you. Not physically, but more than that. Make this work. you guys this whole thing because I got really mad back there. All right, we're not going to be a bunch of random randos who are just throwing stuff together. We're going to get this done, and we're going to take this seriously because we all know that this is really important because we're all here for a reason. So we're going to make this work. And honestly, I think the best way to do this, and I steady myself, is we're all doing trust exercises.
We are not doing more trust.
We're doing trust exercises.
Frankie's pulls out the handbook.
I do.
Corn
All
cob
right.
lets out 2 irritated screeches.
I'm.
Listen. I think Frankie knowing we're doing this to save Jerry's life. I think Jerry knowing Frankie's trying to turn his back on something and look at something else in front of him should help. You're both people. That's all you need to remember.
And remember that
I think that's going to do
if they are needed.
a lot more than a trust exercise. Is that enough?
She said, "Is that enough?"
Yeah, I heard.
Well, you need to answer now, because that's how conversations work.
Sometimes you can take a pause to think about the right thing to say. Sometimes being a little too quick to speak can be a problem.
Or you're trying to think of a better insult. Not that
No.
I am.
I don't
no,
mind
but
that.
Doc, she's got a point. I've had enough family issues in the past. It sounds like you're trying to get back to your family, and I can appreciate that. And obviously, you're on a timeline. And if it means anything, I'm just as interested in keeping your brother away from the mob as keeping the rest of us all out of trouble. Because right now, you got a target, you got a target, you got a target. We all got targets.
Why does she have a target?
Because the mob knows that she's with us.
Okay.
I didn't want to bring it up. I didn't want to have to bring that name up. Especially throwing it out all willy-nilly like that.
I didn't want to bring my brother up either, so.
Because it puts everyone in danger.
Dr. Fletcher, you seem to be the one having a hard time with this. Maybe just try looking at him like one of the people that's willing to go out of his way to help you find your brother.
Fine. I'll let him help me find my brother to keep his brother from finding him.
Good enough.
But who's gonna find my brother?
I'll
You
do
don't.
that.
You don't have a brother.
You can fix that.
No.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Didn't you mention you got that thing in Chicago, Julian?
Yeah.
Where'd you find that thing anyway? You said it was some old hotel robot, right?
Mm-hmm. It was a concierge. It was a help system.
Yeah, but like where from?
Just a hotel in the outskirts, the Sheraton.
Wait, there's lots of hotels in the outskirts. What was the name?
It was a Sheraton hotel.
What were you
Does
doing up
Frankie
there?
know of any
Fresh.
Sheraton hotels?
Yeah, rolling an intelligence
That is a
check.
real one.
Chicago focus.
I know this
How long
because I
were you in
travel
Chicago?
plan for
Or,
my
well,
boss.
You know what? Just
It would
choose
have been like
Nice.
2 years.
choose a scale from 1 to 6 of how well you know Chicago.
Chicago.
Beat.
There's bound to be one in Chicago.
There's definitely a Sheraton in Chicago.
I'm glad you didn't say like Ramada. or one.
Well, I almost made it to the West callback and went the Grand Duke Hotel.
Oh, that would be.
But
Fun.
that would
There
make
might
Pip
be
the
one.
analog of the not very nice thing in the lobby, and I didn't want to do that.
Oh my gosh!
Okay.
His many faces.
One. Go ahead and roll a charisma plus speech check to either tell the truth or lie. You don't have to tell us.
That's so nice.
It's the same
I'm
check.
glad.
It's the same.
Let's see.
I like
And
that.
speech
It is. It is. It makes sense. I like the difference, but also it feels nice it being the same.
Nothing. Nothing. All right. Is there a hotel like that in Chicago?
Not that I know of.
So
It's
she's
not a hotel you've heard of.
What were you doing out in Chicago?
I travel. I'm not just a detail employee.
You travel Outside of work?
Well, I mean, I travel for DTL and I travel for work as a police operative.
Oh. Listen, I'm willing to work with everyone here, but I need to know what you did in the mob.
To be honest, I was there for a year, maybe two, mostly grunt work. It was a lot of stopping travelers coming through, not extortion. You know, strip them of all the caps, valuables.
Shoot him in the head.
I only did that once, Doc, and that's when I left.
Did you mention that in your interview with DTL?
No, actually, I've got to tell Oster his psychiatric evaluation is broken.
Yeah.
I still think it weeded out some real weirdos, though, on
That
the
was
plus
it.
side.
You
was
all
in
were the
large.
cream of the crop. Let me say that.
Not saying much. One guy tried burning down the office in the middle of the interview.
See?
I
Not
didn't
that
bring
bad.
it up because I don't consider myself a mobster anymore, and it's a safety concern for anyone I tell that to.
I can see why.
My brother, on the other hand, ruthless was an understatement. Do you have friends up in Chicago?
No.
Family?
Well,
No, I guess your friend was involved. Never mind. Freudian slip.
Why are you so interested in what I did?
because I want to know if we have to worry about any more secrets coming from you.
No. Like I said, I've been trying to leave that life for 10 years.
I don't think any of us are entitled to answers from the rest,
When our lives depend on it, maybe.
which is why we're talking about it now.
The
That's
cat's
why
out of
I'm
the bag.
asking.
I don't have much more I can hide.
And we don't need everything now. And we don't need... Certain things don't even need to get talked about.
Well, Frankie,
But when they come up, then we will.
you'll tell us if it's a problem.
If what's the problem?
If anything that you've not told us yet is a problem.
Y'all are welcome to ask any clarifying questions at any time.
All right.
I'm making insight on that.
Yeah. Roll a charisma speech check.
That's pretty good.
3.
That's also 3.
Oh, what are the numbers?
Numbers.
2 and 8.
9 and 6.
Okay.
That goes to Jerry by a thin margin,
It
right?
would. Yeah. What would he get from a slightly higher insight check?
I mean,
If you were hypothetically hiding anything, what would he see?
there's a lot more stories he could tell, but off the rip, he's being truthful. He wants to leave them. He's left them up.
All right, Frankie. Fine.
Okay. Going forward, we need 2 plans going into anything like this. And I would like
Contingencies.
everybody's opinions on the plan before we go. I think we looked before we left this time, and that's part of the problem.
And then,
Well, I suggested we wait a little bit longer to brew the beer, but
yeah.
But we
And-
can't really spare an entire week.
I don't know. I
That's-
like the plan. I mean, we should have tested the beer first, but
Yeah.
it was a good plan.
Well, I'm not saying it wasn't. I'm just saying that maybe if we hadn't talked about that particular beer beforehand, one of us would have caught something.
Yeah.
So
that
in the
was
future, multiple plans, everyone's input. That's the only change we need to make going forward. Those of us who have needed to tell us more have told us more. I think the matter's resolved. Now, I'm going to go find some new reading material, and you're going to work on Mr. Gutsy, and I can help if you need. And we're going to get some more information on Cortland and your brother. Sound good?
who's going to deal with Mr. Handy that we have here? Do you need any help with that?
I'll let you know.
All right. Well, anyways. And I'm going to go look for reading material.
All right. Go ahead and roll a D100 for me, please.
Yay. Books. 14.
14.
I think high was good, so.
Well, it's still interesting.
Because I got almost exactly what I was looking for. I got
Yeah.
a 94, 93.
You find. Are you looking for anything in particular?
I mean, Julian's got a taste for classics, so anything in that
Yeah.
sphere.
Yeah. You would find one immaculate copy of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest by Ken Kesey? Kesey? I don't know. Also, roll 2d20. And anyone else who has already looked for a book, which includes Margie and Pix, go ahead and also roll 2d20.
Whoa.
Okay.
This is a scavenging check, so survival plus perception.
Oh, that's actually probably decent.
So
No,
at
it's
least-
not good enough.
One.
That's ever so slightly.
That's just one because it's not a tag skill.
One.
One also.
Oh, yeah, one.
Okay. Nothing else of value was found.
Oh, well.
How much did they tell you that surgery was going to cost you, Pix?
She would know this off the top of her head.
2,000.
do
Or
that.
3,000 caps, my bad.
3,000 caps.
We're not getting paid that much, are we?
What is exactly wrong with her?
Well, what's wrong? What would Pix know?
Brain tumor.
She's got a tumor in her brain.
And another thing you would know is that you did meet with several doctors, and all of them said this requires immense precision. Any wrong mistake could probably cost her life or her faculties. So
They
that's why an
said-
autodoc would be
They
necessary.
said they need us. We talked with several doctors, and they need a steady knife to get it out, or else.
Do I remember what medical equipment is left in Vault 57?
Yeah. That I just grant you. There was an autodoc in Vault 57. Probably a Mark III.
I don't know if this would help, but back in my Vault 57 up in Michigan, there was an autodoc there that I was trained to use.
It could do that. You were a doctor. You could do it. You could do it.
In theory, depending on if the equipment is still there.
But you were told that you need specifically I believe a Mark IX, which is a much more advanced model. Let me make sure and get that.
I wouldn't get rid of the card just yet.
Hold on to it.
Yeah, I don't know if.
At the very least, we can take the old equipment and sell it if it's still there.
Well, they're not nice people to work with, but they're usually good on their deals. Even if it's a little expensive.
Yep. Well, everything's expensive these days. Thank you.
We'll pay you back. We'll pay you back the 200. For all I care, you can have my share of the DTL pay. I don't care.
Thanks.
Is anyone else doing anything in this bookshop?
Tabs is going to first she's gonna go let Corncob outside so Corncob can go hunting because
Yeah.
she sound great.
Yep.
Then she's going to awkwardly sit close enough to Margie and Mr. Gutsy that she can see the robot, but where she's awkwardly farther away because she wants to watch her fix it 'cause she thinks it's interesting, but she also doesn't want to be creepy.
Yeah.
So she's at that awkward distance where it's
I gotcha.
You're not hovering,
out
but
of
you're.
I'm not hovering, but I'm
You
hovering.
wish you were.
I'm trying not to
Frankie
look
is
like I'm hovering.
remaining outside of. Frankie's probably as far away as possible
That's valid.
inside a building.
Don't worry, I know how to blow it up.
That is not. I mean, that's
That'd be a 5 to blow it up intentionally. Honestly.
that's it's
Would
good to
it?
know that you're professional enough.
What
to know
would
that.
happen if I just pounded the core on the ground?
It would not blow up.
These things are sturdier than I thought.
It is a nuclear battery.
Right.
Yeah,
I
they're
mean,
probably
yeah.
going to
You're
make that as
essentially asking,
stable as possible.
I have a
They
nuclear
would try.
reactor. How exactly do I detonate it? You could probably make a dirty bomb out of it, but fission
Yeah.
is another thing entirely.
I was gonna say if you damage it, it's probably just leaching radiation.
I like that too.
Frankie doesn't.
Oh crap. Nah, also the reactor was not pierced, and there's not deadly radiation leaking out of this thing.
We would have noticed. All our Pip Boys are like, "You're dying. Please
Oh,
leave
wait a
that thing."
second.
Oh,
You guys are in the south side of Columbus.
What?
I would also.
Everybody takes 1 rad.
Oh my
1
gosh.
point of radiation damage.
I don't know.
I keep forgetting. This is Fallout. There's radiation.
Is there a way to put that in the app?
You might need to put a custom property in.
I would also
Okay.
like to disengage Joy Buzzer.
Where do I put this
Okay.
under my health?
So it's completely inapplicable to Frankie.
Correct.
But when you take a radiation damage, your max HP reduces by 1, correct?
Correct. Yeah. So your max is reduced, and the only remember what your max was before the radiation damage, but the only way to get that back is through the use of Radaway.
So wait, we lose in maximum HP?
Correct. And if your current HP is at your max, that goes down as well.
But
So it's like if your
Okay.
hit points are a jar, this is cutting the top off the jar, and any of the liquid in the jar is.
that's interesting.
Hey, guys,
bla-
I don't want to alarm anyone, but we might want to move out of the south side here pretty soon.
Wait,
Yeah, I'm like getting.
I think
itchy
I'm technically.
everywhere.
I have
All the Pip
One- at least one
simultaneously
rad-
with Amber Alert.
damage resistance.
All the other ones go.
Yeah,
You're
and
good.
Julian's goes, "Hey, Jules."
If any of your clothes have radiation resistance, apply that, but it has to be applied to your whole body. So you can't be wearing like a hazmat suit and like
Not the helmet.
not a helmet. Your head can get irradiated. So Margie's good.
Not
there
the
you
rest
go.
of us.
Perks.
Oh no, Frankie's good.
Yeah, that's true. Frankie's also good. Yep. All right.
You know, you're right. We can get this work done back at the Armnasium.
I'd prefer not to take it inside if it would endanger anyone.
I don't think that's the problem.
This is also probably a job for a place with an actual workshop. You could hypothetically
That's fair.
jury rig something to make it run for just a little bit longer, but if you really want to get the reactor up and running and have him run indefinitely, which is how long Mr. Gutsy's can last,
That's what I want.
yeah, then you're going to need to head back to the Armnasium.
I want an eternal Mr. Gutsy.
There you go.
Even if he leaves me, I'll know that he's out there.
While everyone else is doing stuff, I want to start working on some blueprints
Okay.
and some stuff for an invention that we've talked about before.
Okay. Yeah,
Is
go
it
ahead.
drugs?
No, it's the
Drogos.
taste
what?
buds.
The what?
The
Taste buds for Pip.
Oh! I actually love that.
All right.
How does this work?
Intelligence plus allow medicine is probably the closest applicable one. This is incredibly complex. So this is probably going to require
Multiple checks or
multiple. Yeah, this is. You're not going to crack how to do this immediately. So conceptualization. I need to pull up the building document first to see what exactly needs to be done. Okay.
That's Jerry.
But she's
Crafting.
using it off the wall. Like, too much.
So this is the conceptualization stage.
Technically, it was
Please load.
but it was implemented.
Or not. Okay. This is hard. This is kind of breakthrough technology that has not been invented yet. Because of that, the difficulty of this test will be.
Do it. Do it.
Do it. Do
Four.
it.
4.
4. And you will need to pass 10 of these checks in 10 separate periods of downtime. This is a long project that's incredibly complex.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so how many checks do I need to make for that
You
overtime?
have.
How many do you say?
10.
10.
Overtime. And
Right.
I'll help
Okay.
you with some of those when
So-
we start collaborating.
I just rolled, not knowing what the difficulty was going to be. Can
Okay.
I add a action point?
I will allow that, yes.
This is worthy of an action point.
It is.
Especially considering you're
Yeah.
losing it.
The pipification.
That's cocked.
Shame. Oh.
That's
Dang.
terrible.
No.
You could use a lock.
I could, but they're not going to get regenerated. I only have 2 left.
No, you don't. You have them all back, actually.
Oh.
Doo-doo.
I thought you said when we got Cortland.
Well, we got the robot.
This is the first leg of the journey. Congratulations.
Okay.
All your luck points are rejuvenated.
Fine, I'm
One
using
leg.
one to reroll.
I don't think I use it.
Yeah.
That is 4 successes.
Okay.
Jerry.
That'll cut it.
I'm keeping-
Try and keep track of these.
Yeah.
how many successes that you have, but that is 1 out of 10.
Taste
So
for Pip.
you feel like you've done some good, creative, intelligent work and made some progress on possible solutions to this problem.
I'm just waiting for the moment that Pip's like, oh, my mind has expanded.
I'm gonna lick everything.
Aw, yuck.
Pip's like, can I lick you? And everyone's like, no.
He doesn't have a physical
Like a
form.
dog.
He's
Not
like
yet.
in a Pip Boy,
Yeah.
man.
Well, how's he gonna have a tongue yet? Are you gonna give a tongue to
it'll
a Pip
prob-
Boy?
No.
I'm thinking it'll be like a, like a USB type thing almost.
What?
And you can like
Not-
plug in
not
the
USB,
taste.
but you can plug in, and it's got like a little sensor that you can just like.
Yeah. Also, it
That's
doesn't-
still
it
a
doesn't have to
tongue.
Look at.
Yeah,
it doesn't have
it's
to
a
look
tongue,
like
but
it.
you have to
Long
plug it in.
tongue.
The sky's tongue.
Long tongue.
Nathaniel, you get your luck points back. This is
Oh,
the
nice.
And he's
There you go.
designing a long removable tongue.
Less nice, but nice for him, I suppose.
It's not for me. It's for Pip.
It's not for me.
Robo Margie's like, can I have that?
I want to.
That is definitely worthy of my meme of the night.
All right. So are you all making it back to the Armnasium?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We take a break after this.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, we should probably go and take that now before you all actually arrive and
Hi. Time.
plan next steps. So we will be back at, let's say 8 o'clock. Let's take a nice little break. We will see you all then. Hold on. All right, everyone. Well, welcome back. Last we were at, you all were in the Book Loft, which is not called the Book Loft. It's called the Book Maze. Sure, I'm rolling with that. Yeah, it's the Book Maze.
Nice.
There's so many halls in that place. Okay.
It should be called Book Maze.
Margie, I believe we were going to resume with you. Oh, no, you're
we
not
were
repairing
gonna bring the
right now.
robot back to the Armnesium
That's
because
right.
we just took rad damage.
All right, that's correct. All right.
We do all have the Pip-Boys, which would also tell us.
Yeah, I like to think all of them went blah, except for Julian's, and Julian's went, Jules?
That's pretty good.
Okay. So, you all set out for the Armnesium. It's a pretty short walk. It might actually take more, like an hour now that I think about it, but oh well. It seems that with the rain, not too many people have been out. Maybe all the scavengers have gone into buildings. All the raiders doing the same. But it's pretty calm on your way back to the Armnesium. And it isn't long before you walk through the perimeter guarded by several militiamen and are let back into the Armnesium. What are you doing? Where are you going?
Gotta see if
Who are
Margie
you?
needs any help with
No.
the robot.
Yes.
Do they have a workshop?
Yes. I'm trying to think of like how accessible are those things? Are they owned by private businesses? Are they owned by like the militia? And I'm just gonna roll with, yeah, it's public use. There would be a fair amount of tools that you could use, workshops that you could use. There's like a reloading station if you wanted to, if you had some, excess cases or gunpowder.
I
anything
have
like that.
one case and no gunpowder.
Maybe not a robot building station, unfortunately, but a regular workshop. That would probably cut it.
That's fine. I don't think Cooney had a robot building workstation either.
Yeah.
I think they probably made do with a normal one.
Yeah. Yep. And a normal workshop, there is. So, you've got plenty of parts before you. Are you going to attempt to repair this Mr. Gutsy?
Yes.
All right. I will say the difficulty will be 3. This is a intelligence plus repair check.
Mm-hmm.
Can I help you in as small a voy as handing tools to as big a voy as whatever you need?
I don't care.
Yeah. Same skill. Not science, unfortunately.
Should I
That's
use an action point for this?
Yeah.
You and I got it, but
This is somewhat risky. Complication range goes from 18 to 20.
Do it.
Do the
take
action
that.
point?
The risk,
Yeah.
the complication would be radiation leak.
You are wearing secure.
do you want me to
She's
take
not.
the action point? Because I have a thing called cautious nature where if I use an action point, I can re-roll any of my dice, any one of my
Do
dice.
Ooh.
So then if I roll a complication...
That's way
oh, wait,
better.
I'm only rolling 1, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
You're helping.
Yeah. How does that work with action points and dice?
And
That's a good
assistance.
Can you use an action point? Yeah, you can use an action point with assisting. You'll just have 2d20
Yeah,
instead.
and I think
Okay.
you have to get one, and so that'll probably be it.
Yeah. Well, I'm actually
Off the rim.
I'm actually pretty good at this. Not to brag. This is actually the singular best check that I can make.
Okay.
I'm
what'd
better
you
at
get?
this than anyone.
Did you reroll one?
Oh.
What are you doing?
Oh.
I can deal with that. I just want to see if you're going to deal
Any
with
complications?
that. Can you deal with that?
I'm doing with that.
Because I can deal
Hold
with
on,
mine.
we're re-rolling the complications, I think.
Yeah,
Okay.
we got like 3.
Did you
Do
get
remember
any
you have your luck
successes?
points.
Yep.
Wait a minute. Did you get any successes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you re-roll a die that you re-rolled?
Yeah. You can if you use luck point.
There we
I'll
go.
re-roll that one with a luck point as well.
Holy crap.
All right.
Oh
Did
my
you guys
God.
use 3 luck points on that one check?
The building would have
3
exploded.
complications.
We did!
we got.
And then I re-rolled a 19 and it turned into a 20.
He got a 19. I got an 18 and a 19. He re-rolled a 19 and it
Oh,
became
my
a 20.
word.
And I was like, that's terrible. But, see, and I am good at this. I swear. It's just the dice.
Oh my word. All right, so what'd you get?
I got 2 successes.
That will not cut it.
Well, I also had 2 to add to that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So, after... it seems that the help that Julian offered you was like, wait, be careful. Hold on. Wait, stop, hold, wait.
Yeah,
And
that tracks.
you're just like, I've fixed these things before. This is going to be easy. And Joan's like, what? There's some
I'm
radioactive
backseat.
isotope in there.
I am
Take it
backseat
slowly."
repairing.
Yeah, you are. And it was
Apparently I
necessary
need
in the
it.
end.
This is the dynamic I want for us.
I like to imagine I walked by, like, just looked in to see how they're doing.
And
I
as
just,
you walk by, it's Margie, don't do that.
and then I just, like, okay, I step back and run away.
You don't need radiation damage on top of all of this.
All right. So after connecting a few cut wires and flipping essentially an internal reset switch on, you would see the eye slits just close and open a few times before immediately seeing this thing whoosh just a bit close to you, not burning you at all, but it takes off and starts floating in the air and is just rotating its hands completely around. Ah! Wait!
Welcome back.
What happened?
We fixed you.
You did? So what happened to the sauerkrauts?
We left.
You just left! But... you didn't get my guns.
Those can be replaced.
Will we get that?
Probably find some spare parts.
We'll deal with those.
So you're telling me you didn't kill every single one of those yellow-bellied krauts?
The 6 of us? No, we didn't.
What? Ah. I died in vain.
You came back.
Yeah, well, maybe we should go back and I can die in vain again. Die
Actually,
for a real
before,
reason.
Before you do that.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
You want to get a bit more specific about Indiana?
Something tells me this is still some long communist ploy. You didn't kill him. Why should I tell you where the good professor went to?
There is a man named Marvin Delroy,
Okay.
proper American businessman, who...
What's he sell?
He's a caravan company head.
What do
Was
they
a
sell?
Caravan company head. Anything but chems.
I like the sound of this guy. Does he sell guns?
Would have loved him, yes.
Good. All right, keep going.
And it was his dying wish that the 6 of us that you met find Courtland.
Okay. What for? You
To ask
helping him in
him
this
about-
research to save our nation?
Yes.
Roll a speech check. Charisma, speech.
Here we go.
Not good at this.
I can't.
I will say the
help
difficulty
you.
is just 1. You were
Okay.
saying the right things.
That's my saving grace.
I could speak up and make it worse.
1.
1.
If it was a tag skill, it would be 2.
All right. Well, that sounds worthwhile.
Well, we're going to want to return you to him if you want to be returned to him, so you can come with us. And if you sniff out during the way that we are rabid communists, then you can just leave. How does that sound?
If I sniff out that you're rampant communists, I'm gonna... And he holds up his hands.
Leave.
Tell you what. I'll go with you all and tell you the location if you give me something to fight with. I feel so un-American right now.
Well, that is beneficial to us too, because there are raiders and things like that out there. But
That's right.
I want 2 guarantees with that. First of all, that you tell us first. Second of all, that you don't shoot anyone we don't ask you to.
If someone says they're a communist, I need to be allowed to shoot them. That's part of my core
If
programming.
they explicitly tell you they're a communist,
Okay?
then you can shoot.
All right.
That isn't going to happen. She's gonna whisper to Margie.
I hope so.
What about if there's someone suspicious that could be a Chinese agent?
Then let me know about your suspicions and I will see what I can do.
All right. I think I'm in. I'll tell you general area within the... I'll tell you the location and then the specific building that he's going for. And in between those two, you give me my gun. Sound good?
2 installments.
Okay.
Sure.
No surprise, he's heading to the ruins of Indianapolis.
Fair enough.
All right. Now let's lock and load.
Can I pet him?
You can pat an eye, and you can try and... I don't know if you can pet something without hair. That's more stroke, which is creepier.
I'm gonna do it anyway.
All right.
That's something.
Hey! What are you doing? I'm functioning perfectly fine. Get your
No, it's
filthy paws off of me.
It's affection.
Affection? That I will not allow. Because I'm married.
To who?
To America.
I'm American, so I'm showing America's love for you.
Thank you for supporting our troops.
Oh boy.
I love
Margie.
Now, do you want to show real support? You get me a gun.
I would love to.
If you can find...
Reminds me of Liberty Pride.
If you can find a plasma pistol, I would marry you. Probably. I don't think I can do that. Searching core programming. Nothing found on marriage.
Margie,
We'll table that.
I actually think you'd be pretty good with a laser weapon yourself.
I haven't used one.
Sure, but I mean, they require different sorts of skills than just, I mean, what you've got right there. Something like that.
Got a good eye for communists? Spotting communists, that is.
I don't know.
Well, it looks like you're certainly prepared to fight them. You look like the most properly outfitted person in this entire group that I saw.
Thank you.
You look like you're ready to fight them no matter how dirty they might play. So I'd say a laser weapon by your side would be very effective.
You got a good eye. Maybe better than you do coordination. That's the sort of person a laser pistol would be better for. If you want, I can show you how to use it if we get you one.
I'd be okay with that.
We'll keep on the lookout as well as something for... Do you have a name?
I do. Sergeant Corporal. I don't have a first name. I have a title and then a name, which is also a rank. But in my case, is a name.
Can you have a nickname?
Well, as far as my core programming goes back, this is my nickname that was assigned to me at one point. I'm sure you could just give me another one, and I would probably respond to it, unless it was stupid or un-American.
What about Barnes?
Barnes sounds like a pretty good American name. But if you call me Mao Zedong, I'm gonna have to disintegrate you with my... Oh.
I'll get you a gun so you can do that if I ever...
Thank you. That means a lot to me. I'd prefer to stay Sergeant Corporal since that's in my core programming. I suppose you could overwrite that. That's not... I guess that's not one of the necessaries, but why Barnes?
It just seems more specific than Sergeant Corporal.
Well, if that was my name, it would be my first name, and I'm not on a first name basis with any of you. So you will call me Sergeant, and you are gonna like it. Now drop and give me 20 push-ups.
I'm Margie.
I don't have a hand to shake. And also drop and give me 20 push-ups. Come on!
I'm gonna try.
Come on, maggot. My grandmother can do more than that.
I'm gonna watch.
She could.
Roll a strength check. Strength athletics.
It's not Sergeant Corporal, it's Drill Sergeant Corporal to you.
So the lowest I rolled was a 5. So that's no successes.
A 5?
Yeah.
Nice.
Margie's like,
You do 2 push-ups. We're gonna have to work on that. Ever tried Buff Out?
no.
All right. Well, maybe you're good enough with a laser weapon then.
Right.
She'd be much better with that. And we don't deal in chems,
Have you ever tried drugs?
remember?
Oh, these aren't chems. These are combat supplements. Sometimes you just need to do it in order to,
I
get the edge
haven't-
over those commies.
I haven't used combat supplements.
Ah. Could benefit you, but they are addictive. Like chems.
I'm gonna do the chems.
I-
She's gonna whisper.
I understand.
Okay. I just sometimes reading your expression is a little bit.
Oh, yeah,
worry
with
about
the
it.
mask. Sorry.
But yes, if you need to talk to me, you will refer to me as Sergeant. If I hear any sir out of your pansy mouths, I will disintegrate you with the gun that I will eventually have.
No, because that would go against our deal.
Oh, that's right.
I won't.
Just
tell
don't call
them-
me sir, okay?
I won't tell the rest of
Sergeant.
them about the deal if it's at all demeaning to you.
It's not demeaning at all. I mean, I wouldn't want to kill true red-blooded Americans.
Well,
when I
I
say
mean-
red-blooded, I don't mean red as in communism. I mean red as in really American.
Naturally.
I've never been out of America.
Really. Keep it that way. There's no other place worth going.
Right. Well, while we're in a crowded urban center, I think now is probably the time to see if we can find him some guns.
Good. Shall I go with you? Is there anyone we need to... I was going to say intimidate, but considering this is a very... looks American place, I would never want to intimidate someone, especially someone involved in the free enterprise.
No one will need to intimidate.
Good.
We're just going to get you what you need, and then we're going to go find Cortland.
All right. Is there anything else we need while we're shopping?
A new pair of pants. No, but in all honesty, this is an armory. There's probably clothes that are not as flashy.
Is this?
as...
Wait, are we here?
I don't think so. I think
Well,
it's.
I mean-
we're all at the Armnesium, right?
Oh, yeah,
Not
that's right.
necessarily.
No, he's
together,
talking about just
but-
going
Yeah.
on a
Yeah,
different
I mean,
thing.
maybe Sergeant Corporal could follow you guys.
Yeah.
I was saying
We
tap
would
us
ask
in the
them if
doorway
they need
when
anything,
Cortland
too.
Yeah.
Fly around and get some free air.
What's your grocery list?
Why, hello, my compatriots.
Oh,
It appears as I am going to be working with you all on the condition that these two supply me with firearms.
why are we doing that?
Because he's agreed not to shoot anybody we don't tell him to. Unless they self-identify as communists.
Oh, what about socialists?
That's communism, obviously.
Bless you.
Of course.
Say, what's your opinion on Das Kapital?
That coffee.
I don't know. Didn't that book come straight from hell, from Satan himself?
Yes, it did. Actually, Satan's brother.
Oh, Karl Marx.
No, Karl Marx is Satan.
Oh,
Das Kapital was written by Friedrich Engels. Come on!
oh yeah.
Satan's brother.
You're getting loud.
Yeah, sorry.
I just want you to be careful. 'cause
No,
you're
you're right.
clipping.
Yeah, I want to. Yeah, I don't want to have a double standard.
Programmed to
All right.
his
Well,
personality.
no, I am an ardent student of the Wealth of Nations.
What?
You've
Well,
never-
wealth is a good thing.
You've never
Yes.
read Adam Smith, have you?
No. Have you read Ayn
He's
Rand?
the father of capitalism.
What? How come I haven't been told about this guy in my core programming?
I guess your core programmer was rather uneducated.
Uneducated? I have the most important copy of literature in my core programming.
The Bible.
The Bible. Okay, that's important, but no, it's the Declaration of Independence, obviously.
I forgot that one.
Atlas
And the
Shrugged.
entire Constitution.
Well, don't forget the Wealth of Nations. You should read that.
If it's
one.
about capitalism, I'd be open to reading such a patriotic work.
It was written by British people.
According to everything that I recall, we are allies. But that doesn't mean
Well, he was
Fine.
actually Scottish.
Scottish.
So more American than British.
Good enough for me. You find me a copy of this Wealth of Nations book. I will probably read it in 0.05 milliseconds, if it is in holotape form, of course.
I don't know where I'll find one of those, but
Quest. Choose.
Quest item: The Wealth of Nations by Adam Smith on holotape.
I could have been at the library.
Anyways, we are going to arm him and then we're going to set out. Is there anything else the rest of you need to do while we're here?
do we know where we're going?
Yes, Indianapolis.
Where did we say his brother was?
Indiana.
Yeah, sure.
Where is the Union typically located? Is it just all across or?
All across.
Rail.
Anywhere that has a railway that has been rehabilitated, I guess. They'll
Would
be
there
found.
be some near Indianapolis?
Yes. There would also be, most likely, a train station that could get you there on the Ohio-Indiana border.
Oh, perfect.
Perhaps even into Ohio.
We're gonna need to set out soon if we want to beat the mob.
Sure. We'll get him weapons and we'll go.
We have a bit of a
Well, look who's back. Appleby would be rushing to meet you all. So how'd the mission go? Mr. Gutsy?
Court lawns.
Oh, well, sorry to hear that.
No,
Dead
no,
end?
no. He escaped.
Oh, well, that's good. So I take it was a success?
Yeah.
All right, well, I figure you all are looking to get paid then, right?
Well, we haven't found court launch yet, but if there's some to be had on advance, that would be helpful for mission expenses and some such.
Well, we did have somebody calling after you about mission details. He figured that you all would be done by now. Miss Ortega, I think that he wanted to talk to you.
Is Ulster on the line?
Yeah, he's calling in right now.
Good. All right. Well, I'm happy to go speak with him.
All right. I will now ask everyone else, except for Rachel, to leave the room. I know it's a somewhat small apartment, so you can just gather in the office or
Also, do I need to
other
get
end of the house.
Radaway? Because I'm a glass cannon.
You guys could take a nice little walk around the block.
I maybe need to send someone to talk to Billy.
Ulster's been on hold for like 2 hours now.
I'm just.
What those
I'll
idiots
stay
are
on
up
hold
to.
until Julian's here. The world's worst hold music. Oh no! We accidentally switched the propaganda with the radio station, so he's just hearing the
The Brotherhood of Steel recruitment message. All right.
For the last time, I don't want to join the Brotherhood of Steel.
All right. So, you go to the DTL official station and would see a small desktop microphone hooked up to a radio that is also hooked up to probably an antenna on the top of the armnasium.
Miss Ortega, is that you? Miss
Yes,
Ortega?
Ulster, you on the line?
That is correct.
Good to hear from you.
How was the first leg?
Mixed. I can't say it was a soaring success, and I think you might need to reevaluate some of your psychiatric evaluation parameters, but we've got a lead.
So I take it that Courtlant is not in possession, or you are not in possession of Courtlant?
Courtlant escaped before we got here. He's on his way to Indiana, and we're planning on following.
Perfect. Do you have a good lead?
We have a robot that was bodyguarding him. Didn't escape with Courtlant. We retrieved him, and now he's going to be traveling with us.
All right. Did you manage to solve things with the Doppel soldiers peacefully?
Yes, though not without complication.
Do tell.
I will save you the long nights. Just know that everyone's got different methods in this group. We're still ironing out the kinks.
And were those different methods against DTL protocol?
There have not been any problems of that sort.
Good. Good. Well, that sounds like, even with complication, it was still as much as a success as it needed to be.
Well, we made it by the skin of our teeth, but we made it. So,
Good.
sure.
Well, you don't need to tell me specifically where you're going next. You never know who might be listening. But Is there any pay that needs to be docked?
No, like I said, it was a bit of a bumpy ride on the way here, but I think things are coming under control.
All right. Well then, you can tell Folsom to essentially allow you all your next paycheck then. And that would include you as well.
That's good. I think we need some supplies before heading out for Indiana anyways, so
Of course.
good.
Any other notes for me to know?
Might want to revise your psychiatric evaluation.
Well, I assume that people were lying, but I take it that means that some lies were not caught?
Several, from what I gather.
Several. Do I need to reevaluate the team members?
Not yet. Like I said, I think things are falling into line,
Good. Good.
and I will let you know if they ever stop being that way.
Of course.
I just don't think the test was as successful as you might have imagined.
Well, at least it did get to weed out some of the much worse candidates.
You could have hired worse.
Good to hear that at least the group is still somewhat functioning, and it's even better to see results. Keep me apprised, Miss Ortega.
Yes, I'll go find you some more of those results.
Good. Over and out. All right. I will just text the rest and tell them to come back.
Cool, cool. If they don't respond in like 2 seconds here, I'll go run and get them.
Okay, sounds good.
Oh, here they come.
All right. Shopping time.
Here comes trouble.
Spill the tea.
On my nice carpet.
All right.
Into the Boston Harbor, because that's what Sarge would want.
Julian, after that, Folsom would find you and just say, well, how exactly did the call go?
Oh, it went well. It was just Ulster checking in. He says you're welcome to give us our first paychecks.
All right. I have those right here. I trust you to distribute them to your friends.
Sure.
All right. And you now have 6 paychecks.
All for me!
You have to go to a
Oh, wait, they're not paychecks. Pay bags.
Yeah,
The
because
cap system.
How many
Here's an
caps per
envelope.
I
bag?
actually don't have a bank account that's like local. My bank account back home.
Yeah. There's no such thing as checks.
How many caps are there in each bag?
200.
Oh.
Per bag?
All right. So you all have been paid 200 caps.
Dr. Fletcher is going to give his 200 to Pix.
Well, I was actually going to say, I think Pix would find her bag has 400 in it.
Wow. So generous.
So you're at
Right.
600 now?
So I'm at 600. I've, of
You're
course,
also giving her all yours?
I think I've assumed that since he's already offered his whole paycheck, and he would know that I would already have been paid the same amount, I then deduce that she's added to it,
Yep.
which gains her 1 sticker when she's not noticing.
Okay.
Does Sergeant Barnes get a sticker?
Not yet. They haven't
But he's so
formally-
good.
They haven't formally met.
Good to see you all working honest jobs, getting honest pay.
Yep, I'm a doctor. I charge exorbitant amounts of money to heal people.
Everybody's got a hustle. I like you.
Very American.
Why does he sound like every leader on my Facebook?
How much is this going to cost me?
Now, Margie, would you mind heading up finding the sergeant his guns?
I can try.
Also,
I'm assuming you know what to look for.
Oh,
Margie.
absolutely.
should I get?
Nothing below 10 millimeter. That's for sure. 9 millimeter is a caliber for cowards.
Here,
and
he can
children.
just have my 10 mil.
Well, he was looking for
10 millimeter is good. It's not under 10 mil, so
10 millimeter will cut it. But a plasma pistol would be. Oh, I I would be elated.
Sorry,
well,
I'm
we need to
fresh
look
out
for
of
one
plasma.
for Margie anyway, so maybe you two can go shopping together.
Shopping.
All right. Now let me explain how a proper energy weapon should work.
And he's going to float away with you towards towards the official weapons salesman of this place.
The Armnasium is the perfect place for this, honestly.
Honestly,
It is an armory.
yeah. The Ohio State Militia, has most of the arms that are actually truly make this place an armnasium. And they would have one person essentially in a stall of their own selling weapons. It looks to be actually the guy who you talked to earlier with the typewriter glasses. Can I help you?
We're looking for guns.
Well, you found the right place. We're looking for caps. You got them?
I have some.
All right. What are you looking for?
You would see most of the firearms arrayed are firearms, most commonly pipe pistols. You can see 144 Magnum and a laser pistol. That is about it. No energy weapons here, unfortunately.
Do you know where there'd be plasma gun?
Plasma? Oh, no, we're not that lucky here. That's a much more rare find.
Isn't a laser pistol an energy weapon?
Yeah,
Yes, laser pistols.
It's the only one.
Plasma.
he was talking about that.
Plasma pistols are the upgrade from laser. And that's not the case in all the Fallout games, but it is in 4, so that's what we're rolling with. They're kind of like adjacent weapons in New Vegas. Slower bullet speed, but higher damage. Yeah, sorry, don't got any plasma here. It's the best energy weapon in the game, in my opinion. At least according to this.
Fair enough.
And standard issue on most Mr. Gutsies, but this one lost his.
They should have the best.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a shame, but I should be able to cut it with this 10mm. You don't happen to have any flamers, do you?
No, we don't sell those. Those are for our own use.
Well. I guess someone in uniform deserves a flamethrower. But that might be at a different store, perhaps for robotic attachments instead of actual firearms.
Do they have that here?
Not here. You can try a jib over there.
Jib.
Big jib or little jib?
Just jib.
Medium-sized jib.
Medium jib.
Does he like point? Is it
Yeah,
like
he just points to
stall?
another stall. This is all in the market area.
Get yourself a laser pistol.
Oh. Is there a larger assortment of weapons over there? Does it seem like it's all
No, it's robotics parts and odds and ends at Jib's place.
okay? How much for the laser pistol?
Good question.
200 caps to spend, and I'm gonna go broke so fast anyway.
Oh, you know what? I had a robot repair kit this entire time.
You what? Excuse you?
And an integral boiler mod?
Jules
What does
like
that
sees
do?
those and just
It
like
just allows it to make
back.
purified water.
Ah.
Oh,
That's helpful.
that kind of is useful.
Sorry.
Laser pistol, 70 caps. The textbook price is actually 69.
Nice.
But this guy here is not going to say that.
He looks at Margie and he's like, I don't know if you're mature under that mask. I'm not gonna risk it. I guess I'll take the laser pistol then. And do I need anything for that? What kind of ammunition does it use?
It takes. I should really know this. Does anybody know offhand? What's the ammo?
Fission cells.
Is it
doesn't
fusion cells?
Fusion cells,
Microfusion
No,
cells?
fissions. Microfusion, yeah.
I want to see what it's actually called here. It is called.
I feel like microfusion cell is correct.
Mm-hmm.
Not. Yeah, 2mm electromagnetic cartridge.
No, that is the ammo for a Gauss rifle.
And what charges the?
I don't have a Gauss rifle.
It's a fusion cell.
Why is it not here?
It is. It's under flamer fuel,
What?
which is under. It's on page 91.
Oh yeah, fair enough. Okay, yeah, it just doesn't have a description with it. Okay, fair enough. Wait, no, that's fusion core. That's
no,
for power
no,
armor.
fusion cell. It's
Oh,
under
fusion
flamer
cell.
fuel.
Okay, yeah. Sorry. Good to know. Whew. Okay. Yeah, it just takes this little battery-looking thing. You put it right here in the side. Just slap it in when you put it in, but don't slap it too hard. It's radioactive.
Right.
Microfusion.
How much for that?
Oh, that'll be included with the laser pistol. You get one magazine with it, which has
Times magazine.
I'm new to this.
We don't have magazines.
Cedarville magazine.
well, it's more like a battery than a magazine, but it's a
But how many
No.
shots does it do?
One charge.
one charge. Let's see, 14 plus 7. Two. Woo. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 21. 21 shots, essentially.
Okay. Not bad.
Enjoy the laser pistol.
Thanks. I'm gonna go over to Jib's place.
Welcome.
Hi.
Are you looking for robot parts?
I think he was looking for a flamer.
A flamethrower. That's what I want. Sure. That would be on hand.
Oh no.
It's not good.
These
I
are
didn't
actually
tell him he
standard
couldn't
issue
roast
on
communists.
Mr. Handy's, believe it or not.
And
America
Mr.
was
Handy
wild
does
back
little
then.
weed burning. It also burns humans.
They were
You know how it is.
intended
naturally.
for
For cooking and barbecuing.
cooking, yeah.
bingo. Yep.
It's a cooking fire.
Flamer
Very-
would cost.
Very similar to a dying fire.
What? Really? Okay. I believe that
20 caps?
136, but that's the big weapons variant.
If
but-
I hadn't given up my 6
You didn't give up your 6.
All right.
We made
Did I not?
300 without you.
You ignored my 6 caps?
Yeah. Because we had 300 without it, and
Important.
you only
No,
had 6.
no, you lost it.
70 caps.
I know. Okay. Does that have to be installed or anything?
Oh yeah.
Can I? Okay, thank you. I'll take it.
He's handing it to you. Please make him stop.
It stopped. Ah.
All right, you now have a flamer module.
Oh my
When he
gosh.
stops,
You
the whole
install.
world will burn.
It can just hold a 10mm, but it needs to you need to
yeah,
attach the
set the
flamer.
world on fire.
There's
Can I-
rules for this.
Oh, good, good. I hope I
Okay.
don't need a perk specific to this because I don't have it. I
Installing.
don't have installing flamers perk.
Cranky, do you want to go talk to Billy the bartender for me? I don't feel up to yelling at a kid for selling us. Sorry.
Why would I go yell at him for selling us exactly what we wanted to purchase?
Yeah, except it wasn't actually beer.
Well, we should have tested it first. That's kind of our fault. If you want to go, check
If I
the
go
kid
to
out,
a
you can,
bar,
but
if I go to a bar,
I can
ask
yell
for
at
an
him.
expensive drink.
Very quick. To install it, it'll be a difficulty of 2. Repair skill, intelligence.
Okay, cool. I didn't want to yell at a kid today.
Dude, isn't this? Don't you have a tag of 6 in this?
I have a tag of 4,
Ah.
but
That's right.
I've rolled a 20, and I'm gonna fix
I'm
that
sure
because
it
I'm
is.
just I don't want a complication with this Mr. Gutsy.
Especially when you're
Just
installing a
one of those
flamethrower.
Exactly. That sounds terrible. Where did I put that?
Look, I can go yell at the kid for you.
Okay, thank you,
What's his name?
Billy.
please
Billy.
don't yell at him.
Just
I won't.
be
I'll give him some harsh words.
Okay.
tactful.
2 successes.
2 successes? Okay. It's about evening right now. You install the flamer.
Whoa, this is good. I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
Nice.
I don't think I've ever smelled napalm.
Oh, it's great. It's like a barbecue, but better.
Okay.
If you didn't know about barbecue.
Not much.
All right. So, Jerry, are you going down the drain alone?
Yeah.
Okay. You go down the drain. You climb down, and it seems to be much busier.
I feel bad already.
Well, you haven't seen it before, so this is your first time. So it seems to be a pretty busy bar. Looks like a lot of militiamen are off duty right now. Whole place is kind of swarming with them, and Billy is serving up drinks behind the bar.
You, Billy,
Yep. What'll I get you?
we bought the old war stuff from earlier today.
Oh yeah, that's right. You want some more?
No. You almost got us killed. That beer?
Poisoned?
Well, they might as well have been. That was for a negotiation with the Doppel soldiers.
Oh no.
And their words, it tasted like piss.
I mean, it's 200 years old. You're not supposed to drink it.
I know, but you sold it to us under the impression that you could.
I never
said-
said anything about it's tasting good.
We said, what is the finest alcohol you had?
I don't think that's what the girl asked for the most expensive stuff. This is the most
Yes.
expensive beer I have.
Yes, and
And I was very lucky to find some chump to pawn it off to. So,
I know.
worked for me.
Yeah, well, you know what else works for you?
Yeah.
All these customers who are going to find out that you sell piss beer here.
Hey,
And you don't tell the
guys,
customers the
how's
difference.
the beer? He just calls out, and pretty much everyone in this bar just.
Well,
this guy said it's piss.
he sold me stuff that was piss. Here.
You don't have it.
I don't
still.
have it?
No.
No, we left him
He just holds up
behind.
his empty fist.
I didn't want to. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Here, open it.
Rise up, kill Billy.
They're like,
No.
nah.
Hey, Mr. Gutsy. Billy's a con.
He would have to admit to it. He would have to admit to it.
Flamethrower.
He is not allowed to shoot anyone unless they
you almost
admit
got
to being a
6 people
communist.
Just
killed
whispered with
today.
I sold a beer. That's. I mean, you're supposed to. Know that, I don't know how beer could have killed someone unless it was poisoned, which it was not. So.
Yep. Do you know the health hazards of selling 200-year-old beer? Give me another bottle of that, and I will show you just all the contaminants inside that.
75 caps.
No. I want our 75 caps back.
Fletcher is literally being a Karen right
Did you
now.
drink it?
Yes.
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I did taste it, though. It did taste like piss.
Well, it's not my fault. You don't like how something tastes.
All right. Well, I hate you.
You want a drink? You
No.
seem like you need a drink. Listen, I'll give you some actually good tasting beer. How's that sound?
How much you gonna charge me for it this time, pal?
Nothing. It's on the house.
Fine,
Oh.
give it.
And a bunch of militiamen just go, whoa, no, not the next round. Just this one. Whoa.
All right. I'll actually give it to my friend. She needs it more.
All right, just, I need that glass back. Buying glassware is not easy to come by these days.
Here, he's gonna pull a flask out of his bag. Just pour it in here.
Works for me. And he's just going to put the flask in the tap and pull it down.
I'm never coming back here again.
Have a nice day, sir.
Such a Karen.
No, literally the amount of people like, I'm never shopping here again. I'm like, good.
I'm never
gonna-
coming back.
he's gonna
Have
go
a nice
find-
day.
Great.
Like,
Don't care.
Here's
that's like so satisfying.
Sorry, I couldn't get our money back, but here. I got you a drink. You look like you could use it.
I don't drink.
Why not?
Mom didn't let me.
Is your mom here right now?
Oh no.
You really want to say if my mom's here right now?
No, I'm saying it's a rhetorical question. Look, just have a little taste. It'll put your mind at ease.
Bad influence.
No, I've been on stuff way too long. You can keep it.
Okay.
Not anymore, though. I want to preface that. That was a long time ago.
If anybody wants to share some not piss beer, let me know. He's gonna drink it.
All right. So, Sergeant Corporal has his flamer attached now.
Whoa. Locked and loaded. We're ready to go. Okay. So we're going to Indiana now. Right? No more business in Ohio.
Yes. No.
I had a quick conversation to have
Okay, yeah, go for it.
that I was going to go do while Margie was getting the flamer attachment. I just wanted to go find Buster.
Yeah, absolutely. You would find Buster out back in a very ramshackle area that looks to be dedicated to stables. He's just bringing a brush over Clarence,
Oh.
which is not much because they don't have fur. But
They don't?
ramen?
Nice.
No, they're just
Skin?
they looks like irradiated leather.
I love it.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Are they just irradiated cows?
They're ghoul cows.
Yeah.
Yep. With 2 heads.
Ghoul cows.
Do you get ghoul milk from these ghoul cows?
You do get milk from it, and if
You get anti-ghoul cows milk.
I won't say what that does. Look that up.
Brahmin milk.
Brahmin milk does not deghoul, but it prevent ghoul?
I don't think so.
Anyway.
He's
Maybe
right,
you drunk
actually.
your Brahmin milk.
Oh, does it heal rats?
Drink your Brahmin milk, Frankie. This wouldn't have happened to you.
It's a little late for that.
Hey, Buster.
Oh, why, hey, how you doing, Jules?
Doing pretty good. I mean,
How'd the mission go?
we've got a lead.
Well, that's good to hear.
I just-
Everybody's still alive, right?
Yes, everyone is still alive. I just wanted to let you know
Excellent.
we're heading out to Indiana.
Oh, is that so? Oh,
Take
well,
it that's not your next route.
Fortunately not. I'm just heading right back to Lansing.
All right. Well, I had something for you, actually.
Oh, is that so? I mean, didn't need to get a return gift after the chocolate.
Oh, I
Sell
mean,
the
it's not.
house.
So, in lieu of owning a library, because there aren't libraries anymore, and I don't really have somewhere to set one up, even if I wanted to, whenever I finish a book, I like to give it to someone who I think might appreciate it.
Oh,
I finished that book I was reading on the way to Columbus, so. And with you talking about monster stories, I just. You are a part of a long tradition, Buster. This is a book from farther back than anyone can remember.
whoa.
Way, 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 way back before the war. One of the older
Whoa.
civilizations that I've read about.
Okay.
And even they had monster stories.
So is this like France or something?
No, it's called Greece.
Whoa.
I'm not sure if you're much of a reader, but there's a
Oh,
couple of
absolutely.
good passages that I've marked for you. One with a cyclops.
A what?
It's a monster with one eye.
Oh, okay. Now we're talking.
Yes, it's a fascinating story. He
Interesting.
traps the hero and his companions in a cave, and the hero puts out his eye and says his name is Nobody, so that the cyclops says that nobody put out his eye, and they get away.
Oh, I see what he did there.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
pretty good. I'm
He's
gonna try
clever.
that with my kids.
Odysseus. It's a good one. And I mean, there's
Hey,
all kinds
kids,
of monsters.
Nobody's back. Oh, that. Okay, I need more setup for it, but good to know.
Well, anyways, I marked all the monster passages for you.
Oh,
There are giant sea monsters and sirens that their music entrances people, and all kinds of things. It's just
oh no, that one's happening these days. Yeah.
Do you have a monster story for my Buster?
Oh, I don't know if it's a monster story, maybe a ghost story, but it sounds a lot like that. Just haunting music floating around certain like small towns, drawing people away from them. They disappear, and they're never seen again.
I actually like that one.
People say it causes people to like sleepwalk. They only hear it during the night, and that kind of thing.
That's fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
There are quite a
Should've
few
thought
other
of that
myths that
one.
kind of sound like that too, actually.
Yeah, that one's a lot more grounded than Puppet Man.
Maybe why I like it a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, I just wanted you to know you're not alone.
Well, thank you. I hope this also has, more things than just creepy monsters in it.
Oh
though.
no, I mean, of course. I mean, did you see the length of the thing? It's got all sorts of things.
Well, would it be safe for the kids to read?
I would say you should read it and let them know.
Okay.
But at the heart of it, it's all about a hero who's trying to get back to his wife and family.
Oh,
So
well, that's awfully apt for me.
that's another reason I thought of you for the book.
Huh. Go figure. Well, long caravans do get rather dull, especially when you're going on your own. Well, not on my own, are we, Clarence?
Well, this is how I like to pass the time when I'm traveling, so I thought maybe you
Oh.
could give it a go.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Say, do you want some Brahmin milk? It's pretty fortifying.
Sure.
Okay. I know it's kind of gross, but I swear it's really good for you. And
Drinking
pours up
Clarence's
into
milk.
a canteen. Okay, take a swig.
I will take a swig.
You are back to your current max hit points.
Love that.
How much radiation damage does a diluted Radaway heal?
Good question. I believe either 2 or 4.
Yeah, it's overkill.
Yeah.
Radaway is overkill.
Ramen milk does 2.
I feel like I should get some even just because I have such a low health already.
That's true.
I mean,
So I probably will look for it somewhere.
you have some caps.
Yeah, I got a little bit. Quite a bit. But
You
she's
actually are the
saving
richest person right now.
Yeah, she's saving it. I don't know anything about how much. I feel like this is an amount to send home, actually. 500's like. So
That's a decent amount.
Yeah, so I have to figure that out.
I forgot about the perfectly preserved pie. Those are perfect.
Literally.
Yeah. Yeah, heals 2 radiation damage is Brahmin milk. And diluted Radaway heals 2 radiation damage.
I'll save it then.
So why get diluted Radaway when you could just have milk?
Maybe you should wear full head to toe radiation proof stuff.
All the time.
Exactly. Then you go into a part of Columbus that you thought wasn't irradiated and it was, and it doesn't matter. Or you could turn into a ghoul, but
Embrace the
then you'd
radiation.
be even uglier.
Anyways,
Well, thank you for that, Jules.
Good
I'll make
traveling
sure to
with you,
remember
Buster.
that. Of course. Safe travels to yourself. Oh, little tip. Don't bring too many guns with you if you're planning to take the rails. Don't take any armaments you have if you take the rails.
take or confiscate for the ride.
Well, they don't like arms dealers, so they'll take for the ride your personal weapons, but if you have extra stuff, they'll just seize that.
Good to know.
So it's fine to have your own stuff if you're okay with being away from it from, a couple hours.
All right. Well, I'll let the rest of them
Also
know.
bring earplugs.
Is it loud?
Oh yeah. And there's also those ferroquinologists that preach the whole way. Not fun stuff. A little annoying after a while.
So that's what the earplugs are for.
Mm-hmm.
You're a well-traveled man, Buster. I haven't been on the rails myself yet.
It's quite a unique experience. It's definitely better than just walking everywhere.
I'll have to see for myself.
Oh, if you hear motors and you're walking around Indiana, hit the dirt.
Why's that?
Oh, just motorized gangs out there. Not fun. Truth be told, that's actually why I have this thing. Most small caliber guns aren't actually that good against, cars.
Right.
So this thing kind of cuts it. But problem with motorized raiders is they have very poor visibility. So if you hit the dirt, it might not see you.
All right. Good to know.
Of course.
Safe travels back, Buster.
And same to you.
I'm gonna go find the rest.
All right. Any last business to take care of?
Oh,
Can anyone else, the rest of us, get some Brahmin milk?
Okay, you know what? There's enough for everybody. Anybody want Brahmin milk? Yeah. I haven't milked Clarence in quite some time.
We would
I've been holding it in.
I'll drink Clarence's milk.
we would have Brahmin milk on the ranch. Would that be great?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So I just drink mine as if it's back home while everyone's like.
Actually, Tabs is doing the same thing because she grew up on a farm.
We
so-
both clink glasses.
If there was extra, Frankie would accept it too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why?
Because Frankie doesn't know if radiation's gonna make him feral or not.
Well, why
He's
would you
scared
think?
of it.
Why would you think that Brahmin milk would undo anything?
Because it's
It's preventative.
It's
Helping the rest of
fortifying.
us.
No, for you specifically.
It's fortifying.
Levi, got milk?
I do.
Got milk?
Yeah.
I think it's
Got milk.
I
Slam
do
Dunk
have milk.
by Shrek. Body by milk.
Oh my word, that was the poster that was in
The elementary
the cafeteria.
Yep.
Nostalgia.
I cannot
unlocked.
forget that
I
sign.
can't. Oh my word. Why did we just have a Shrek poster in the middle of the school?
It's
With the
early
little
2000s.
stash. What a day.
That's wild.
I sometimes forget they went
Frankie
to school
did want to
together.
try and
Yeah, I
get
know.
I sometimes
some
forget
less
that not everyone is
flashy
homeschooled
clothes.
that I know.
What?
You looking
I
for
said I
something
sometimes forget that
shadowed?
not everyone I know
Not
is homeschooled.
shadowed, just not as identifiable as a blue pinstripe suit.
That's fair. What are you looking for?
Frankie's looking for any sort of road clothes, road leathers,
Yeah.
any assortment of combat metal and leather armor, and a tire iron.
You should also get a
All right.
gas mask and then maybe full body.
And a
radiation.
hood if possible, like the hood or cowl.
If you are
Absolutely.
going after I met back up with the group, I would ask you to pick up like something to pop tires, some
Like a knife.
Oh, caltrops.
caltrops or things like that.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I do love caltrops.
Those would not be
I was
sold
looking for
around
the
here,
word.
but you could possibly build them.
Caltrops is an uncommon word.
I do like the idea of like,
Anything
oh, raiders are here.
spiky.
We throw it down and like we feast upon the raiders.
I mean, we could repair the tires. We could have vehicles ourselves. It'd be great. We've
would-
got piloting.
I'll keep an eye out for anything sharp.
Okay, what are you looking for?
Road leathers, just for more discreet clothing.
Okay, road
And-
leathers. Oh wow, are only 5 caps. Wow. Okay, and they offer one physical and one energy DR.
And you can wear armor over it.
Bingo. That's pretty good. That's like the best one.
He's more or less trying to buy equipment that would confuse him from his brother.
Oh, okay, interesting.
At least
I was
from
wondering
what he
with the tire iron.
at least from what he remembers 10 years ago.
Yeah, absolutely.
if his brother is a ghoul.
There would indeed be both leather and metal armor.
Confusable for each other.
I really don't want to deal with the kind of confusion of getting different parts for different bodies. So I'm going to divide it like some of the past Fallout games do and just say, well, there's head armor and then there's body armor.
Okay, how do you want to break that up then?
Yeah. So
I mean, I'm more than down to just buy individual pieces, but
yeah.
anything that would improve his damage resistance would be appreciated. as well.
Absolutely. So you would find basic. Where is it? Where are the prices for leather armor? Come on.
Page 130 and 131.
Ah, okay, I wasn't far enough. Yeah, that's why I was looking at just the clothing mods. Okay, so I'm just going to total. It would start out. These would just be the basic ones, so not sturdy or heavy.
Okay.
So you could get either regular metal or leather armor. Leather would be, let's see, 25, 45. 45 plus 16 is 61. So 61 for a full set of leather armor for the body. Or for metal armor would be,
A little more expensive.
yeah, 40, 70, 100 caps for a full set of metal armor, which is interesting. Once you buy this, though, now hold on a second. I thought you could mod armor to be.
You can also mod armor.
Yeah.
That's a whole different system, but
Yeah. You know what? No, we'll keep the individual system if you wanted to upgrade. Like I like the idea of upgrading a torso before everything else because that's gonna get hit more often. So yeah, you're welcome to buy any individual items from. Only the basic amount, so nothing sturdy or heavy, but any of those that you'd like.
okay. I'll let you know what I decide on, just to
Okay.
keep things moving.
Sounds good.
And I guess keeping an eye out for anything sharp or that could be used to pop tires.
You're saying that you've never slashed tires?
Frankie hasn't been to Indianapolis.
There are plenty of switchblades
We already have that.
I'm more
Nails
interested
might be
in
best.
something that we could like nails or like caltrops that we could drop on the ground.
Is there like a box of screws?
I drove my car for several hundred miles with a bolt in it.
Who's looking for that?
Jules told Frankie to look for it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay. Roll a. Do you want to talk to people to find it, or do you want to scavenge?
I'd rather just talk to people if they've got it for sale.
Yeah. Roll a charisma speech check. Barter. Sorry.
Okay. Smooth talk.
There you go. That
So yeah, we're gonna
Partial successes.
Yeah, we're gonna reroll that for smooth talker. Oh, that brings it into successful range. One success.
helps. One success.
Actually, since we're gonna be moving on, can I just use an action point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Don't knock it off like that.
One success.
One success. Okay. Yeah, you'd find. I'm sorry. Jib would have something that might fit that description. You find a whole box just on display at his stall that is just labeled Miss, and then he runs out of space on the
Like
cardboard box.
turning the box around.
Yeah.
This is much funnier if you watched one particular episode.
Yes. And it's just a bunch of bits of screws that look like could possibly be modified to make some caltrops, something good to toss onto a road to maybe pop some tires. Right now it's just screws.
How much for this box?
The whole thing?
Is this a human?
Why
Yeah,
are you
he-
talking like that, though?
Right, he looks to be like just a 40-year-old man.
It's like lizard eyes pop up.
Can I ask why you're talking like that?
Complex.
Yep.
Chip actually has anger problems.
I guess how much is the whole box?
30. NCR dollars. No, caps.
Would you do 25? Since I'm buying the whole thing at once.
Yeah.
Got yourself a deal.
There you go. You now have a box of various screws that could be used on robots or caltrops.
Nice.
Okay.
Either one could be useful.
You're gonna have to build them. You can't just toss out screws in the middle of the road to do some severe damage. So to make a caltrop, I'd suggest like taking 3 and then forming a. I don't know what to call that shape.
Tetrahedron.
Yeah, tetrahedron.
Would that
Yeah.
be 4 then?
What's that?
Tetra means 4. Tetrahedron is 4.
Do you need 4? Yeah,
You would
yeah,
need
it would
4.
be 4. Yeah, for some reason I thought it was just 3, but I.
3 would lie in a
That would be a
plane,
pyramid.
probably.
Yeah.
Well,
You-
maybe not.
Anyway,
could
we'll
be
figure it out.
Tetra-
You know what?
Something else.
Yeah,
One more very quick question while we're in town.
Yes.
Does not have to be a scene. Can I sell either the robot repair kit and internal broiler mod or whatever, or can I sell the Pitfall game, or all the above?
Yeah. Roll a charisma speech check.
I'm not
Partial
great at
successes.
those.
One
What?
will allow you to find a place to sell.
We already have a robot repaired.
Yeah, but he could break again.
He
I'll
could get
spend
damage.
Yeah, we're fine.
Do we need?
I'm
the
gonna
board?
use an action point because we're about to leave anyway.
I don't think she's that invested in keeping Sergeant Corporal alive.
I'm really not that
Sergeant Barnes
invested.
is eternal.
Now that we
and
know
I love him.
Indianapolis.
That's Sergeant Corporal to you.
Sergeant
thinking if
Corporal
we need
Barnes.
water.
Barnes.
But okay.
No, his last name is Corporal.
I get to reroll one.
Sergeant Barnes
I'm
Corporal?
cautious.
You're not on first name basis. If his first name is Barnes, you can't
I
call
gave
him.
him my first name.
Your first
What?
name.
I gave him my first name. I introduced myself using my first name.
Doesn't mean he has to do the same.
I know, but it's polite.
That is only one success, I'm afraid.
I can spin this.
I rolled decent numbers, but I just don't have a lot in
What'd
this.
you get?
One success.
Would it change anything if you allowed the science focus?
Absolutely, it would.
Skill.
That would make 2 of them successes.
2 successes?
Mhm.
Okay, you're not going to find a place to sell Pitfall, but you can sell both those things. at 20% less their book value, unless you want to haggle.
That is fine. I can try to haggle, but yeah, I'll try.
Barter.
I'll try. I do actually have a small barter focus.
You need someone with you?
It's only 2 right now. She would just kind of run off and get this done while you guys are drinking Brahmin milk and stuff.
Jib would be the person you're selling to.
do
I'm
like
so
Brahmin.
sorry.
Heck yeah.
There it went.
This otherwise.
I'm waiting for the.
Yeah.
Is this guy just on Calmex all the time?
He's got a problem. 3?
Yes, actually.
Okay. You can sell them at 20% increased price.
Oh, so what would that be?
20% in Christ.
I don't think you can be 50% in Christ.
Funny. Okay. What is 20% plus the price value?
What's the
What's the price?
Oh, you know what? If you hand that to me, I'll take care of that while we leave town. I don't want to hold things up.
You can
Pass it around.
Well, I was the quicker one.
It's
but
gonna
okay.
make a long way round.
The rule book.
It was either pass through 1 proxy or pass through 4, and he chose to pass through 4.
He just doesn't like you.
No. That's why he's not letting me name this.
Where's the
thing.
railroad?
It's not mine.
Well, you guys are first going to have to head west of Columbus first. Going
Yep.
through a little bit of Ohio.
So
That's
you're
what we
saying
do
we're
when-
heading
Pass
to the
through
west.
Xenia?
No. You're going due west.
And then they encounter
Not
a weird
Southwest.
group of people with
Yeah, but if you
microphones
follow
sitting at a
70,
table.
you get there.
Hypothetically.
Inception.
That's
You have to go a
48.
little more south, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm.
Those
Well,
are
let's
nice.
see here. Wait a second. You didn't give me bullets for my gun. I can't believe
I gave him the full magazine.
I'm gonna
Oh,
I'm
okay,
gonna
alright.
hand him my extra 10mm.
I have 10
Hold on.
bullets.
I have 17, so I'm gonna hand those over.
All right. Man, I need caps. I need to upgrade this thing. Well, this might be the last time we are here in a nice, civilized American market. Is there anything you all would need here?
No.
No, I drink brown milk.
Yeah.
Come on, did the
good. Get
pioneers
that calcium.
did the pioneers stop to think, "Oh no, what if I can't get my groceries out in Indiana?"
Right.
No, they just went west.
That's right.
So we're going to do the same.
They did.
All
But
right,
first
let's
we're going to
go.
do what the pioneers did and have a rousing speech. We are about to
Actually, I
embark
think we're just going to get going.
upon the Great Crusade. And he goes forward.
We're like walking. He's just like giving it from.
This is why we need the earplugs.
Oh, do
Joke's on you, the First Amendment is mobile.
Do we need earplugs now or later?
Now this guy's here.
Bit too late for that.
how's he gonna react? The rail, the
We'll be fine.
Rail is
pharaohologist.
fairly American.
All right, everyone, and with that, we will end session for tonight. Mainly because I wasn't expecting you all to get out of German Village so quickly.
Nice.
I was
Yeah.
expecting a prison break, and
Yeah.
instead you guys just talked your way out of it.
Good
With
job,
complications, but
I've
still
given
very
you
interesting.
So much fuel for a fire.
I love it. Oh.
I gave Sergeant
We didn't
Barnes so
find
much
flamer
fuel for a
fuel,
fire.
but we did.
We also literally did.
That's true. We will see
We have
you
a
all
robot with-
next week. Thank you for joining us.